$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Pipes, camera, action. When Jones Plumbing started to back up, she knew she had a big problem. That's when she called Spartan Plumbing. They arrived on time and showed her a dirty movie of her sewer. Spartan Plumbing knew what had to be done, explained everything, and worked tirelessly to clear the clog. For all your plumbing needs, call Spartan Plumbing, 253-306-0309 or SpartanPlumbingInc.com. Free dirty movies with sewer inspection.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Everybody is talking about the lottery, the big mega action.
Yeah. Not happy.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I know you were kind of hoping that...
Worst news story ever. What's going on? Well, I know we're going to Chicago in a few weeks for our radio convention. Couldn't have waited until then for somebody from Illinois to win the $1 billion mega millions.
NBS.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that'd be the greatest trip to Chicago ever.
Oh, my gosh. We would not survive.
No, we might die. All of us would just... No,
lottery winners, visitors from Seattle, won the lottery as they were visiting Chicago and died 20 minutes later from every kind of alcohol poisoning possible.
Every dancer in Chicago area has now paid off all of their student loans.
Yes. John Oliver did this really funny bit where he ran a montage of news anchors around the country talking about what they would do if they won the lottery.
The big question is, when you come back to work, though, you're...
Of course not. Have you ever won the lottery?
I can't say that I have, because I'm still sitting here.
If you win the lottery, you would not show up to work the next day.
You never see me again.
You people would never see me again.
You would never see me again.
Never see you again.
You'll never see me again. I'm gone.
Y'all won't be able to find me. I love you, Robin. I love you, Bob. I love you, Jen.
I wouldn't quit my job.
You would not?
No, that's what they always say. So I was just joining in on that. Of course, I'd be out of here.
I mean, doesn't that go for everybody, not just news anchors?
You got like $1 billion. What do you? Yeah, I think every once in a while they do show that old couple like in the midst of any town, nowhere, USA, and there's that one guy. Don't think I'll change anything. Like what?
That guy says that until all of a sudden he looks in his bank account and he's got I don't even know how much it would be after taxes. I saw that it would be, if you took the lump sum, $780 million.
Oh, well, see, I'm glad I didn't win. See, that's a complete, that's a bait and switch.
In all fairness, and after taxes, was that like $75? I think you get the...
Yeah, after taxes, it's not much. That's why it's like, that's a total bait and switch.
So either you get $1.34 billion over the course of 29 years.
Okay.
Or you go $780 million.
Yeah, I
might do the 3 billion over the course. That way I could just still say I got $1 billion.
Well, then you don't have to manage it. You do, but you don't. Like, you just, at that point, you get a monthly installment.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about a financial planner if I get it for 29 years.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you guys are doing really. I think this is why you don't win. I think that the universe knows that they can't give you guys this kind of power.
Oh, man. Apparently there's a second place ticket that was purchased in New York that... Sadly, that person only got $1 million.
Well, Sarah brought her stuff in just to see if we got any of that. So you already know we didn't.
No, I bet you probably got $4.
See, and that's the problem with this entire lottery system is the fact that they instantly know exactly where it was done.
Yeah, right.
So and it's just like, oh, you don't need to check your ticket. It was in Illinois. It's like, give me the chance to even look at the freaking numbers.
Yeah, I woke up really
still drunk on Saturday morning, and because Joe had bought 10, and I was like, let's check her. And I looked at the things, the different states, and I was like, it doesn't say WA. Yeah, I'm going back to bed.
Yeah, it's a hope killer, man. It just kill all hope of you even coming close to that $780 million.
Dude, we didn't get one number. Like, one number out of all 10 tickets we bought. There's not even one number that we matched.
Wow, that's
insane.
There should be money for that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That's pretty that's impressive.
You should get like $1.34. Like whatever the amount is, they give you like the dollar and cents equivalent of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. I think, are successful at playing the lottery at pretty much everything else we do.
How about, I don't know if it's changed since Saturday, but then in the Saturday press conference, they said, we don't know whether or not that person's aware that they won the prize.
Oh, gosh.
Imagine if you're just walking around, you have no clue yet. Until you finally saw the story, like, wait, I did get it at the Speedy Cafe and Speedway in some place in Illinois.
Dude, I got to talk to somebody that didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
I was at a geeky convention, and it was just before Wizards of the Coast sold their company to Hasbro for like over $300 million. And so this artist, who back in the day when Magic the Gathering, which is about to celebrate its 30th anniversary, started, they didn't pay the artist. They just gave him shares. They're like, look, can we use your art for the cards, and we'll give you shares. And of course, they did tons and tons of reprints on the cards. So of course, they got the shares for all that. And literally on a Friday, we go up to this dude who's an artist. Hey, how's it going? Dude, I think I'm getting kicked out of my apartment, man. I mean, I can't afford it anymore, and God, work's kind of drying up and everything. And then that Sunday of the same convention, honest to God, we came up to him. He looked like he was stoned out of his mind. And we said, hey, what's up, man? I hope things are good. He goes, dude, I think I'm a millionaire. Just like that. And it was like, he was one of the original artists, and they saw he had all these shares, and they informed him, dear you, guess what? You're making a lot of money because we just sold the company to Hasbro. And I mean, it was the only time in my life I've ever talked to somebody who literally was made a millionaire overnight.
That's like that dude from Facebook, the graffiti artist that did like some mural at Facebook. Like, we'll just give you some stocks as a thank you for doing it, or as a way of paying him. And I think he ended up had $200 million worth of stocks.
That's a lot.
A multi-millionaire.
Wow. Now that is, I mean, $1 million's nice, but that's, $200 million?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, imagine that's like, hey, we can't pay you, but we can give you some stocks if you just paint this thing in Facebook headquarters.
I've always tried to get that, by the way, which I think maybe in certain cases I'm happy it never happened for some of the different companies I work for. I couldn't get anybody to pay me in stocks. I always every other business kind of does that. They'll give you stock options or whatever rather than try to give you salary stuff. Because whenever I'd fight over salary and they go, well, this is all we want to give you. Well, I go, how about stock options? Yeah. That's a thing. Other people, and they always look at me like, what's wrong with you?
My cousin gets his yearly bonus in stocks, and he works for one of the big companies, and it's insane to me how many he gets every year. And I'm like, you could sell one of those and probably live for the rest of your life.
For real?
Happy. Oh, yeah.
And I worked at some places where I go, gosh, where the company I worked for, the money wasn't worth much of anything. And then with the short time I was there, if something could happen for them and they I'm like, why couldn't you done that? I mean, really? Like all the other people. So, probably because they go, because you'd leave. That's
a lesson learned. Move to Illinois and learn how to graffiti.
Yep. Yeah.
That's the lesson.
Good.
No rich people.
Right. Noted.
I'm going to say this. Normally, I try to tune out during Steve's news because you know what? I go to my happy place. I don't want to hear him talking.
Well, that's why you should listen.
Yeah. Well, this time,
in a happy place.
I am going to listen to that. I am going to have my ears up because this means a lot to me, especially after yesterday, as a woman came up with a great way to deal with her neighbor's barking dogs. Steve's going to tell you all about it. It's got the Migs report for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
At Valentine Roofing, we love our customers, and our customers love the service they receive. That's probably why we've won several awards, including the Angie Super Service Award, Next Door Neighborhood Favorite Award, and the Howe's Best of Service Award. From roof cleaning, gutter installation, to roof replacement, our promise to excellent customer service begins with the very first phone call. This Valentine's Day, we want to return the love with a free material warranty upgrade and priority scheduling based on your schedule. Go to ValentineRoof.com and enter promo code LOVEMyRoof.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys. Thanks a lot, Tigers, for giving us the Migs report. And today is a day to say what's up to your girlfriend. So, Danny, say what's up.
What's up, girlfriend?
That's right. Huh? It's National Girlfriend's Day.
Damn it, Linda.
Okay.
Damn it, Linda.
Okay.
Acropolis.
All right.
Also, today is National Raspberry Cream Pie Day. I don't know if we should Urban Dictionary that, but hey, enjoy the cream pie.
I don't know if I've ever had a raspberry cream pie.
I don't think I have either.
I think I would like to try it.
Right?
The only cream pie I've ever had is a banana, I think.
Coconut cream, maybe?
How about Boston?
Boston, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Those are all cream pies.
Wow.
That looks delicious. Vicki showed me lots of
There are
pictures.
different versions and varieties of the raspberry cream pie.
Yes, that looks delicious.
And I would say yes to all of them.
Right?
I was going to say, we need to get all of them to try, see which one's the superior one.
I like this plan.
Do not disagree with you. I think I want one with the kind of like the raspberries inside of it. I like that. That's the one I
Don't Urban Dictionary that either.
No, but today, BJ, is a very special day for you.
Why's that?
Actually, for a lot of people who are fans of comic books, I bet Vicky and Rev will appreciate that as well. What better way to celebrate it than to hear this song?
Oh, yeah. Great version of this tune, man. This is why they will be the greatest band ever.
You didn't even know, though, that this was a cover until, like, what, a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I had no... Well, I didn't know they did it.
Yeah.
That's the thing I didn't know. I mean, I knew it was a cover because they couldn't have been the originals, but...
Oh, no, I know, but you didn't realize that the Ramones once covered the Spider-Man theme song for a Saturday morning cartoon theme thing.
Yeah, it was fantastic, and I had never heard it until you played it for me back then, and that's why the Ramones will be the greatest band.
Such a great version.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this lady in Australia. She's going viral because she went on TikTok to complain about her neighbor's dogs. The dogs would constantly bark from 5 p.m. until 3 in the morning. And apparently it's been going on for months, and she was just losing her mind. So she tried to talk to the neighbors, and they're like, yeah, the dog's old. We don't know. There's nothing we can do to stop it. So she figured, you know what? I'm going to figure out a way to get this dog to stop barking. And what she did is she set up a speaker by the fence and started blasting this song.
Oh, this is fantastic. Love this.
Yep, she would blast that song every time on repeat when the dog was barking. She actually then added a few other dog songs to the playlist, but that was the main one.
Yeah.
Which I think is just fantastic. That's a future favorite song for Tatum, I can only imagine.
Oh, yeah.
It's right up there with all the jock jams.
You need to move next to this neighbor. Tatum would love it.
And it worked. She put up an update. She said after 4 months, now she doesn't have to hear the dog for more than 10 minutes at a time. And she said, quote, I think I got the point across.
It just happened yesterday again. You ever have that where you pull up to a vehicle and you don't know there are dogs inside and they just start screaming at you and it just scares the crap out of you because you just don't expect.
Oh yeah.
When you're especially in summer weather, you got your window down, you pull up, and these 3 big dogs that were in a car. By the way, why are you leaving 3 big dogs in a car at 90-something degree? I don't know. It was
terrible.
Yeah. We had the window down.
I thought you're like pulling up on the streets like at a light, and then you look over and they're like these tough dogs. Like, hey, what are you looking at, buddy?
Yeah, no, I'm talking like you're pulling into a spot like at a strip mall, and you pull next to a car, and then they just all of a sudden they're out of control. Scared the crap out of me. Oh, not like that. They were big dogs.
Yeah, but at least not barking outside of your house all day long from 5 p.m. to 3 in the morning.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, it's like, when you have the bladder that I do, sometimes.
Oh no!
Sometimes those things can't be happening.
It's
like
time
that.
for you to start wearing a diaper, BJ.
Yeah, I think you're right. If they're going to have dogs, and then they're just barking. They don't stop. Like
right.
Those poor dogs go, you're invading my space, and it's like it's hot. You're in a car, and you are just barking. You're like 3 crazy big. Well, why, people?
Our neighbors keep their dogs out all the time.
Why?
I wonder that. I'm like, why do you even have a dog at that point? Like, it seems like nobody loves these dogs. Like,
yeah,
I could be wrong, but I get that vibe. And then, they'll be out there. We're trying to hang on the backyard. They'll start barking, and Lulu starts barking. And then, I not so quietly go, Lulu, you're better than those dogs. Be quiet. Ha!
Does that work?
Lulu starts barking.
Oh, she appreciates the fact that you're like, dude, I inspire you to be better.
And every once in a while, I hear somebody in the house next door. They must hear me yelling that because they're like to their dogs, like, hey, come on in. We're clearly terrible dog owners.
Yeah.
Better than those.
Yeah.
Clearly you're better than those dogs.
That's fantastic. I love that.
Be the bigger dog.
Be the better dog.
That's amazing.
Danny, you'll appreciate this story because, well, talk about a massive screw-up. This happened in New Mexico.
Oh.
And apparently there was a highway sign that the state had to correct because, well, travelers were pointing out that the word Albuquerque was spelled wrong.
Oh, I saw this. What's funny that they noticed that, because I probably wouldn't have noticed that. It's such a long word.
Yeah, because they spelled it Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Or Albuquerque. So they forgot the R in Kirky.
Oh, you got to have the R in Kirky.
You do. My gosh.
Hey, fun fact about New Mexico. Danny brought his cousin in. What was it, on Friday?
He came in, Friday.
Was it Friday? Yeah, so Friday he came in, we were talking, he was saying how he has a kid on the way. I'm like, is this your first kid? He goes, yep, this is my first. I'm like, okay, it's not just a Danny thing.
Oh, did he say
really? He said first.
That's hilarious. I didn't even notice that.
Well, of course you don't.
Yeah, I know. It's just speaking to him.
But for a half a second, I'm like, is he effing with me? Does he know the running joke? And then I realized, no, he was saying it very seriously. I'm like, either this is a New Mexico thing or it's just a Danny family thing.
A-Rod has. I've been watching The Captain, and they've been interviewing A-Rod. He says it the same way,
Is
too.
he from New Mexico?
I don't know where he's from, but he says first, too. And I'm like, okay, what is this? What is this first?
Well, Danny's cousin did it as well. Also, speaking of New Mexico, they erected the statues.
Oh, yeah.
They did what to a statue?
The Breaking Bad statues, and they look awesome.
Look at that. And Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul were in there for like the charity event and unveiling of them, and everyone's posting pictures of them in New Mexico.
That's pretty awesome. Although Bryan Cranston should have shaved his head and done the facial hair just like the statue.
Yeah,
like Heisenberg,
He's kind of like a skinny Santa, is what he kind of looks like.
You're right.
Hi, skinny Santa.
Yeah, he's like Santa went keto or something like that.
Santa went keto.
Hey, bummer news for basketball fans, just fans of just a great human being, Bill Russell, who he obviously, you probably know because of all of his stuff that he did with the Boston Celtics, part of that dynasty that just won 1 billion titles, 11 throughout his career. But also, Sonics fans know and love him because he was a coach for the Sonics, and he loved Seattle so much. When he was done coaching, I think he was your neighbor in Mercer Island.
Yeah, he lived in Mercer Island for a long time.
Sadly passed away at the age of 88. Cause wasn't released just yet, but man, I mean, a legend in the NBA, to the point where they even named the NBA Finals MVP trophy the Bill Russell Award because of just how much greatness he brought to the sport.
Yeah.
Mariners did not bring greatness to the sport yesterday.
They tried. They tried.
At least we could say that. Because the game before that, it didn't look like they tried. Dude, Houston just has the Mariners numbers. Hey, at least they won. No, it was the game before that. Because at least they won a game against Houston for a change. But unfortunately, there were 4 games, so they still lost 3 to Houston.
Yeah.
One of them being 11-1. But yesterday, it was 3-2.
I will tell you, the encouraging news is that, believe me, they are gathering information. When you play a team this much, you do have some familiarity, which will help you if you ever have to play them again in a very big game.
Yeah, fortunately, they don't have to play them again in the regular season. They might have to play them in the playoffs. But yeah, maybe this is all strategy. They want them to think that they got us up against the ropes. But then once the playoffs start, forget about it. Only bummer news is, though, Julio Rodriguez took a pitch off his hand, and now luckily, all the x-rays came back negative, but he's on the injured list, so he's out for 10 days.
Are they trying to screw us?
Yeah, because they got the Yankees starting up today. That's not good news.
Oh, a pitch off the hand is always scary.
Yeah, so...
man.
He says that his hand's really sore, but thankfully nothing broken, which is a good thing. But
I hope they're right, because there's another player who they had the same thing happen to him, and they had him on the list, things going okay, then they just did him another x-ray, and he's got a hairline fracture, and you're like, well, how did you not pick this up the first time?
Better not be the case.
So I really hope that, Julio's cool.
Man, what's bad luck with hands when it comes to Seattle sports people? Because Jamal Adams, he got another broken finger.
Yeah.
He's out for a little bit during training camp, so that doesn't help the people who don't like the fact that Jamal Adams is on the Seahawks because he's injury prone, but he says he'll be good to go by the time the season starts. We'll see with that. But the Mariners, they picked up a great pitcher over the weekend, Luis Castillo from the Reds. I think we took every good player from the Reds and now playing for the Mariners. I think that was pretty much...
It's a hell of a move. I applaud the Mariners. Some people think they gave away too much, but I think they see that this is a great opportunity.
It's go time, BJ.
Yeah, I mean, and fingers crossed that, Luis can come in here and pitch the way he's pitched in Cincy.
He's been pitching really well, so that'd be pretty awesome. And the trade deadline's tomorrow, so you never know what else is going to happen.
Yeah. Well, especially with what's going on with Julio, it's like, oh boy, you really, oh, come on, man. That sucks. I mean, it's like they make that deal, and then he gets hit in the hand, and you're like, oh, gosh, do they make that deal if he gets hit in the hand? I don't know. Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Hey, just to let everybody know, anyone that's wondering, Ric Flair did have his last match over the weekend, and he did not die.
Oh, good.
Okay.
So that's good news.
There were some people who were genuinely worried, by the way.
I would have been. And there were moments I watched most of it. I had to stop. Mom always said not to say anything bad.
I wondered about that, too.
Bro, it was not good. But he did not die, which is 73 years old. It was rough to watch.
Yeah.
At one point, though, he fakes having a heart attack during the match.
Oh, that you can't do, can you?
A man who has heart issues already as it is nearly died.
Yeah, that's what we're worried about in the first place there, Rick.
Fakes it in front of his family, including his daughter.
Oh, boy.
Who clearly is not in on the joke.
Oh.
Because she looks like she saw a ghost. He grabs his chest and goes, oh, he's doing that. And then Jay Lethal comes to check on him and he pokes him in the eye. The dirtiest player in the game.
Okay. Wow.
He's bloody all over it.
Of course he was.
It was just, I don't know. Here he is faking the heart attack. He's getting beat up. His daughter's right there. And then he starts grabbing his heart and starts making he looks 102. Yeah, he doesn't look any younger than 73, I tell you. Well, hopefully that was it for him. Somebody on Twitter's like, he needs to have his next match. And then the next person responded said no one ever.
Wow. That's that. Yeah. Yeah, that's some entertainment right there, Steve.
Well, for some. Hey, weather, 82 degrees is going to be sunny. Thanks to KISW for giving us the Migs report, and that's what's up.
Oh, man. On Friday, Steve did get this one right.
Hefty Smurf has a tattoo of a what?
Of a heart.
Yes.
Got a heart on.
Wow.
Heart on his arm.
Wow, is right. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I know if bankruptcy is going to provide me with relief? What are the steps for my situation?
There's so much information out there about bankruptcy with the internet and what people have heard from friends and other people that they've talked to about their financial issues or bankruptcy. There's also a lot of bad information out there or urban legends about bankruptcy. In order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you need to talk to an attorney that's experienced in bankruptcy. So in order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you should talk to an experienced bankruptcy attorney. And my job is not to convince you to file bankruptcy. My job is to help you to make that decision and have all the facts so that you can make an informed decision about whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, what benefits it's going to have for you, and what the downside of filing bankruptcy is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
At Seattle Credit Union, we believe in our communities and the people we serve. The path to U.S. citizenship can be expensive, which is why we offer citizenship loans to cover the costs associated with this process. We also offer a fee-based alternative for each citizen loan type for people who would prefer not to pay any interest. Visit seattlecu.com to learn more, or give us a call at 855-575-9352 to speak with a friendly loan expert to get started today. Seattle Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Ring in the relaxation in 2023 with Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa facial services. Tailored to your individual skincare needs, their facials will give you radiant, healthy, glowing skin. Introductory pricing starting at $79.95. Restore, relax, and reset at any one of the 8 Seattle area Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa locations, or search for the location nearest you and book online. Restrictions apply. See spa for details.
Fall is in the air. The kids are on the soccer field, and you're holding your coffee, thinking,
how is this only the first quarter?
Then you remember, you brought Cocoa Bomb chocolate whiskey from Heritage Distilling. Just a few drops in your cup, and there you go. You got this. Just 30 more less painful minutes. Cocoa Bomb chocolate whiskey, the soccer parents' little secret. Cocoa Bomb, 35% ABV, Gig Harbor, Washington.
Welcome to the CPAP Games live from the Hayes bedroom. It's another eventful night, Bruce.
It sure is, Ron. Steve has been flailing everywhere, struggling with his CPAP.
His wife, Michelle, is as tense as a fiddle string, trying to contain her rage.
Michelle's rolling Steve over.
There he goes, and the mask is off. Oh, my, the snoring.
Michelle throws an elbow, now a shove.
As she's leaving for the couch, taking her place is the Hayes' 100-pound lab. Bask in that dog breath, Steve.
With all this struggle, Steve should get Inspire.
Absolutely, Bruce. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that gives you comfortable, restful sleep with the click of a remote. That's right, a button. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. There's no mask and no hose. Just sleep.
Learn more at InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com.
Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $700 on average, and auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $698 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2021 and May 2022. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
How resilient are you? The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society encourages you to expand your fitness potential through the Team in Training Resilience Challenge. Walk, swim, cycle, run, or lift. Your challenge is personal, but the funds you raise are life-changing. Together we can push the boundaries of advancing new blood cancer treatments and the support LLS provides to patients and their families. Join the Resilience Challenge at lls.org/resilience. That's lls.org/resilience and push what's possible.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Pain in the Grass is back, and it's getting closer and closer. We're now really a month away.
Yes, that's crazy.
Yeah, a month away from Pain. Wow, this is, talk about what a great way. Sometimes you can go, oh, man, there's only a month left of summer. I remember thinking about that every August when I was in school.
Yeah.
But, man, when your summer's over, it really begins on Labor Day weekend, man, with a huge concert.
What a way to end off the summer with an insane party. It's going to be a blast. BJ Incubus and Sublime with Rome on Friday night. Saturday, September 3rd. Alice in Chains back, baby. Yeah. With Breaking Bad and Bush. And then Sunday, you've got Sammy Hagar, George Thorogood, Queensryche, The Glorious Sons. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And right now, Live Nation has a great deal where you can get 4 tickets for $80. And you really want to take advantage of that because I'm doing my math, and it's like, I think $20 a ticket.
Yeah, and that's only going until the 8th of this month, so you only have a few days to pull that off.
Limited number of tickets to the BJ and Migs party featuring the first ever BJ and Migs Weenie Toss. Get those before they sell out. There's a lot of reasons for you to make Labor Day even more special than ever.
And look, we're not going to twist your arm and make you throw a weenie. If you just want to watch and just drink and eat and have a good time, you can be a weenie watcher.
Yeah.
We all get T-shirts that say we were part of the first ever BJ and Migs Weenie Toss, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, you don't have to toss a weenie. If you want, you can just push Danny. How about that?
I feel like we need that on the back of the shirt. Weenie watcher.
That's not good.
No, that might get you kicked out of certain places.
You want tickets? You want info? You know where to go.
Dude, if you're standing at the urinal,
yeah, you don't want that.
Greatest. Imagine walking in, you see a guy at the urinal. I would not stand next to that guy.
No. Yeah, you see the backs of everybody. It's like weenie watcher. I'm like, where at what?
I want that Instagram picture.
And how great would that be? That guarantees nobody's going to stand next to you in the urinals.
Yeah. That guarantees that no one's going to stand next to you ever.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. All the info available at KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Migs. It's time to play the game. Yeah. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser.
time to pump it up for Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Pump it up.
Yeah, go be a weenie watcher with us all. We will all be weenie watchers.
Yes, we
just
will.
letting you know that.
Yeah, I mean, by that definition.
Someone just texted, please put that on the back of the shirt, weenie watcher.
Yeah, we really can't.
I mean, we can.
Maybe we'll get a stencil and we'll spray paint it onto the select few who choose to.
Yeah, we want people to wear these shirts, and I just feel like there's a lot of people that go, I'm not going to wear weenie watcher on my back.
Well, Vicky will, so there's at least one.
Oh, okay then.
Let's get to our contestant today. We got Jerry in Granite Falls. Jerry, are you there? All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Jerry will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Jerry, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Coolio won the MTV Video Music Award for Best Rap Video in 1996 for which song?
Pass.
What is the name of the instrument used for listening to the heart?
Heart? Harmonica?
No, a heart, like the thing beating in your chest.
Pass.
What movie earned Steven Spielberg his first Oscar?
Pass.
What is the maximum number of clubs a golfer may use in a round?
3.
No.
1.
No.
2.
No. What number did Ichiro Suzuki wear when playing for the Mariners?
51.
Yeah. What country did Hawaiian pizza come from?
Canada.
Yes. In the DCEU, who is the current Aquaman?
Repeat that.
In the DCEU, who is the current Aquaman?
He does not know.
No, Jerry. Nope. So, Jerry, you got 2 correct.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Well, there you get this, sir.
Yeah, I mean, there have been better scores.
Yes, there have been.
There have been worse scores.
Yes, there have been, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean...
And then there's Steve.
And he's in here right now. He has...
Weenie watch.
Are you ready?
Weenie Watcher.
Can you just put on your blindfold and then Weenie Watch?
Oh, I should get blindfolds made that say Weenie Watcher.
Yeah, that's a great idea. You know what?
do.
That's one of your best ideas. Invest a lot of money into it.
Are you ready? Yes! Coolio won the MTV Video Music Award for Best Rap Video in 1996 for which song?
Gangster's Paradise.
Yes. What is the name of the instrument used for listening to the heart?
The stethoscope.
Yes. What movie earned Steven Spielberg his first Oscar?
Star Wars.
No.
Star Wars.
E.T. No.
E.T.
Star Trek.
No. What is the maximum number of clubs a golfer may use in a round?
2.
No.
3.
No.
1.
No. 6.
Oh.
No.
9.
No. What number did Ichiro Suzuki wear when playing for the Mariners?
51.
Yes. What country did Hawaiian pizza come from?
Hawaii.
No.
Canada.
Yes. In the DCEU, who is the current Aquaman?
Jason Momoa.
Yes. In the human body, bicuspids and incisors are both types of what?
Teeth.
Yes. What year in the mid-90s did Grateful Dead's Jerry Garcia pass away?
96.
No.
95.
Yes. What is the inflammation of the liver called?
Liversitis.
No.
Appendicitis.
No. That's for the appendix, man.
What do you want from me?
An answer.
Liveroo.
No, Liveroo. Liveroo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You win! 7 to deuce.
Oh, good job, Jerry. I don't really know.
Well, yeah.
Oh, no, I suck again.
Yep. One day, Jerry.
I'm the best.
Someday, Jerry.
I'm the best.
You keep trying, Jerry.
Yeah.
Keep climbing that hill.
Yeah. Keep climbing that hill and giving Steve an ego boost.
Yep.
As it's going for a Monday. Does anybody happen to know the movie that earned Steven Spielberg his first Oscar?
Yep.
What?
And Steve always forgets this.
Close
Schindler's
Encounters.
List.
Oh. Yeah, Schindler's List. He didn't get anything for our
It's
Close
the very
Encounters
sad.
there.
It's the very sad, truthful movie. Liam Neeson is in there, and it's
never seen it.
I forget Liam Neeson's in that movie.
Yeah, he's Schindler.
The maximum number of clubs a golfer may use in a round. If you're a golfer, you'll know this.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're not going to know.
I would
higher.
I would be going 5, 6, 7.
Higher.
Oh,
10.
wow.
Higher.
12.
Higher.
69.
No, not 69, nor infinity.
20.
14.
14?
Yeah.
Whoa. So
Yeah, because all the woods, all the irons, and then your putter and your
I didn't
sand
realize that
wedges.
they had many. They had 14 of those in their bag.
Yeah.
Wow.
They bring sandwiches with them?
No, sand wedges.
Oh.
I heard sandwiches too.
I heard sandwiches.
I mean, you can bring a sandwich probably, right? I mean, they got all sorts of little bags. You
They
put
got
your
the carts
balls in
too.
and stuff,
They
too.
got their drink carts and stuff. I'm sure there's a Sammy on there somewhere.
I would hope so.
Is this a true story? Someone just texted in. Did you guys know why Ichiro wore number 51?
Because he's from outer space?
No.
Oh, Area 51?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean there.
It's because he's a huge Shane Wright fan. No, it's a bad cracking joke. He says, according to the text, he idolized Bernie Williams of the Yankees.
Oh,
Bernie
wow.
Williams is awesome.
Yeah, Bernie Williams is a great player.
But I didn't know that's why he wore number 51.
I totally forgot that Bernie wore 51 before Ichiro. For some reason, the only 51 I know is Ichiro, but yeah, now that I remember, yeah, Bernie did wear 51.
But didn't Randy Johnson wear 51 as well?
No idea.
Geez, that's a good question. I don't know.
I thought
because I can't believe they would have given him 51 if it was Randy's number.
Well, Randy wasn't here that long to earn being a number retired.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. And I guess it was a long time enough that he had left that they go, all right, here's your 51. Was Randy 51?
I'm trying to find images of it. I'm pretty sure he was, but I could be wrong.
According
there he is, right there, rocking 51.
Wow. I don't think I realized he was 51 for the Mariners either.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a great number for a couple of great players.
It says Ichiro had always expressed gratitude to Johnson for allowing him to wear number 51, so it looks like he let him wear it after he was traded to the Astros.
Oh, really? So he asked. So I guess they were not going to give it out, even though you know why? I bet because Randy's he's got to be a Hall of Famer, right? Or he's going to be.
Yeah.
So the Mariners probably didn't want to give that to anybody.
And he's a hothead. They didn't want him yelling at them.
And then how about the fact that Ichiro asked and Randy's like, sure, do what you want, buddy. That's cool.
So, I mean, if you had to retire with the number in honor of which player, which one would you go?
Oh,
Ichiro.
You have to do Ichiro.
I feel like that's a tough one, man.
No brainer for me.
Yeah, it's tough because they're both great pitchers, and players, I should say. And what do you do in that case? I mean, I guess you have you can have two 51s. I mean, do it. What are you going to do?
They probably would do something like that. And I'm obviously Randy Johnson's an all-time great, but I just feel like Ichiro has done. I don't know. There's just more of a history with him in the Mariners to me.
If you can look it up, Vicky, I would, because they put you in a uniform in the Hall of Fame, and if Randy is in the Hall of Fame, what uniform is he wearing?
I thought he was in as a Diamondback.
Yeah, because he won a World Series with those guys, so that's why I'm thinking you may be right.
Yeah, I can't remember. I know. Usually they'll show it on like the little statue, right?
Yeah,
whatever that is.
Sometimes they do, and sometimes they just show your face without a hat on.
He's got a hat on in it.
Yeah.
And that's the Diamondback's hat.
Okay, so he went in as a D-bag.
Yeah, it's just a D-bag. You're right.
You're a little salty about it. Just tad salty. Oh, man. All right, one of the stars of Stranger Things got to jam with Metallica, and you're going to hear how that went at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. You may not have watched Stranger Things, but you might have heard of this character that was a beloved character that unfortunately, spoiler alert, only lasted this season, and it's Eddie, played by actor Joseph Quinn. And Eddie from Stranger Things got to hang out with Metallica because Eddie was the dude that played that
Hellfire Club.
Yeah, Hellfire Club. He played the Master of Puppets riff in one of the final episodes of this season. And, of course, it became so popular, put Metallica on the charts. And you said what, Steve? They became number what?
This was a top 40 hit for them, and it never was before. Obviously, it's one of their biggest songs for Metallica fans. We all love it, but it was never a top 40 hit, and now it is because of Stranger Things, of all things. And however many years since, I think it came out like 30 years ago or something along those lines. And
how crazy.
And Metallica was just doing Lollapalooza in Chicago, which I wish they would have had that maybe in a few weeks. That
would have been amazing, huh?
That would have been cool. But he got to hang out with them backstage and jam with them.
Yeah, and here they are together, and Lars Ulrich is joining. Lars Ulrich is joining and saying, "Hey," he's joking, saying, "Well, the band is now a 5-piece."
I'll give you a 4 count. All right. You're hired. I'd like to make an announcement. Metallica is now a 5-piece.
I didn't realize that. I mean, sometimes people fake it, but this kid looks like he can play.
No. He's posted videos showing that he can play, which has won over a lot of people because he's showing to the point where like members of the band have commented on like, "Hey man, you're crushing it." And I guess they gave him a guitar as well.
Wow,
which he said, "What the F?" Which I think is pretty awesome.
A guitar. Whoa.
James Hetfield's like, we could sign it and F it up for you if you'd like.
Oh man, dude, that is awesome.
I'm watching the video because it's so cool. Like he's in their rehearsal space where they have all their they like to warm up before their shows, and they'll do that a lot where they just kind of jam out in the rehearsal in not rehearsal space in the green room in the backstage part. And there he is just jamming with Metallica. I would lose my mind. I might start crying.
Yeah, and here's the cool thing is James Hetfield shared with Joseph Quinn, the actor, how big of a fan that he is of Stranger Things.
I'm a big fan of it. I have been since season 1. My kids and I, it's been a bonding experience for us.
Thank you so much for letting us use the track.
Please. Thanks for doing it justice, by the way. You definitely did.
That's awesome.
Wow, man. That's pretty sweet. That is very, very
that
sweet.
reaction of what the F by him is
Right?
one of my favorite things I've ever seen.
Oh man, that's classic.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
So Joseph Quinn, who played Eddie on the latest season of Stranger Things, got to hang out with Metallica, and they played Master of Puppets together during a jam session. It's going to be a musical memory that Eddie, or Joseph is going to have for his whole life. I mean, that's going to be amazing. And so, you know what? Every once in a while, you get that. And I know some people in my life that have also had some ultimate musical memories. So how about you? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What is your ultimate musical memory? We'll take your calls. We'll take your texts after Metallica, of course, on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
You liked working in an office as an administrative assistant, but you hated going to the office. Now, here's the perfect job for you with Benning Construction. They are looking to hire an administrative assistant to work from home, answering phones, handling emails, processing expenses, and scheduling clients. The requirements for this job is computer literacy, good communication, and organization skills. This is a part-time job. For questions or to apply, text 404-301-9734. Benning Construction is an equal opportunity employer.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Joseph Quinn, he played Eddie on the latest episode of Stranger Things. He's the basically Master of Puppets dude that everyone's talking about. And he got to hang out with Metallica, and they all jammed doing Master of Puppets together during this big jam session. And then they gave him an awesome guitar and signed it for him. And boy,
he gave him like a laminate too that says that, hey, come back anytime. Like it gets him access to any of their shows.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, dude.
I would take advantage of that.
Oh, hell yes.
You've got to. Just sitting in catering, and they're like, dude, is that Joseph? Is he still?
Yeah, he's still coming around.
I just quit my acting career. I'm just going to follow Metallica around for the
I would be groupie. I'm the fifth member. Lars even said it.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
true.
you're right.
Yeah.
So that is a pretty ultimate musical memory for Joseph Quinn. And we're wondering, how about you? What is your ultimate music memory? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Chris in Port Townsend, you are on The Rock.
Hey-o.
Oh, good morning, Chris. What you got for us, buddy?
So we all know that kids like to tell those tall tale stories, and so I'm in the 4th grade, and one of my best friends is like, yeah, my uncle, he's famous. He's a drummer for Heart.
Damn.
Yeah, whatever, So years go by. We're out of high school at the time and go over to his house for Thanksgiving. And so his uncle comes over and didn't even think anything of it, didn't remember nothing. Sitting there at the table and we're talking and really noticed that all he wanted to do was hear about my life and what I had going on. And so we were talking, and he's like, yeah, I'm a drummer. And, I asked him, what do you do? I'm a drummer for a band. And I was like, wow, that's cool. So,
and you wait, you still didn't put it together that this is maybe could be the guy from Heart?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
So then here we go, and we're talking, and just about I'm getting ready to leave, and I go, so who do you play for? And he goes, well, I play for Heart. I'm like, are you? No. He's like, yeah, I'm Ben Smith, and blah, blah, blah. My best friend's name's Dylan Smith, and yeah, so it was quite the experience. I didn't get to play any music or get anything cool, but I got to meet him and talk to him.
Oh, he didn't pull a guitar out of the turkey? Because that would have been really that would have been
no.
Oh, that's a bummer, dude. That's you know what? Then I don't think he's as cool as Metallica. I hate to say it.
No, not even close.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Sean in Puyallup. Sean, you are on the Rock.
Hi guys.
Hey, Sean. How about you? What's your ultimate musical memory?
So I was stationed in Fort Drum, New York, and so I was security for Gary Sinise and the Lieutenant Dan band.
Oh, I forgot that he had a Lieutenant Dan band. Oh.
Yeah, so I was an MP, and we had to meet him at the airport, because there's an airport at Fort Drum, and me and another guy, we were his police escort everywhere.
That's awesome.
We were his security.
How was he? Was he a good dude?
Oh, he was awesome. He was very gracious. He let us take pictures with him. He signed the pictures. It was him and his brother.
Cool.
We went backstage with the entire band.
See, Steve, that's I appreciate the call, Sean. That's what a musician who's got class does. Doesn't tell you to F off.
Yeah, you better watch it.
That's why
I think that might be my answer to my favorite musical memory is being told to F off. I have a few.
You have a lot of good musical memories.
So many, dude. Quick fun fact, though, over the weekend, because I told you guys I was going to listen to Billy Joel, and I absolutely did. I spent the entire day on Friday listening. Man, I forgot how great his music was.
I didn't forget because.
Well, then we were driving around with Tatum, and sometimes your phone, like when you plug it back in, it'll start playing whatever you were listening to before. So it was playing Big Shot from Billy Joel. And Tatum goes, and it was like, Daddy, who's this? I'm like, Billy Joel. And then she goes, I like Billy Joel.
Did she really say that?
Yes.
What?
And so we listened to Big Shot a bunch of times. I'm like, oh, of course you like him.
Oh, boy.
Just wait till your dad can share a story about meeting Billy Joel.
That'll happen someday.
But the two that pop into my mind, one, just because it was ridiculous, was getting to smoke pot with the Deftones. Like when I worked at the end.
Oh, yeah.
They had an end session, and I went to go do it, and they brought me in the back, and the band was just like passing a joint around. They're like, would you like a hit? And I'm like, I have to go back to work, technically. But this is back when I was living in Queen Anne, so it was like walking distance. But I'm like, I guess I could take the rest of the day off. I was like, who's going to get mad at me for that? Which was awesome. But of course, I think the one I have to, getting to go up on stage and play drums with Stone Temple Pilots will never be trumped. It's impossible.
I can't imagine how it could be.
Unless another band that I like even more said, hey, come up and play drums with us and play the song that you fell in love with, which for them, it was Sex Type Thing. That's what made me fall in love with Stone Temple Pilots. But it was just the whole story leading up to it, like meeting them backstage, not really believing it was going to happen for Glenn and I. Glenn, of course, from Glenn Cannon, The Damage Done, and because he went and played guitar with us. And the whole time I'm like, it's supposed to happen. It's probably not going to happen. Then they show up and like the band wants to meet up with you and talk. I'm like, I think it's happening, or they're going to break it to us kindly that they're not going to do it. And then they were just like eating lunch. The Leo brothers are like, yeah, man, we're excited about this. And do you want to run through it and practice it with us in the dressing room? Or are you guys good? Do you guys know the song? And both of us like, we know the song. And then Robert was like, oh, good. That way I can continue eating my lunch. In retrospect, which was cool because I think they appreciated not having to waste their time while they have like a couple minutes of free time. But in retrospect, I wish I would have just said no. That way we could have practiced with them. And that's more.
Oh, right.
I didn't think about that until like days later. I'm like, because it was such a whirlwind. It was so many nerves and so much anxiety going on. I just wanted it to be as easy of a process for them. And I knew the song. It wasn't like as if I was like that worried about it. But I was like, I could have had an extra moment with them.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that either.
I know. That was stupid.
Well, they appreciated you.
I know.
You let him have a sandwich, you know.
You know what? He could eat any day of the week.
That's a good point.
I
hope he would. Yeah. I hadn't thought about it. Put the sandwich down, buddy. My life is being made here.
How about this text? I got to be security for Five Finger Death Punch in Iraq when they were filming the music video for Bad Company.
Whoa.
That's cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. How about you, Rev? You got a favorite musical moment?
For me, and we've done a bunch of stuff, but I think the greatest moment really was being able to go out to the Gorge and watch Soundgarden and watch them play just as the sun was going down across the mountains behind them, and just watch it slowly go into dark as they were playing. Like, just sitting there with my wife on the hillside and just, like, taking that all in. I'd never done that before. And so it was just with that soundtrack going on, that was just so epic.
Everyone needs to experience a concert at the Gorge at least once, just for that moment for when the sun starts coming down, because it's pretty epic.
It is an amazing spot.
And especially if you're sitting, I mean, obviously everyone wants to be as close as possible to the band, but that's like a moment where you want to kind of be on the lawn.
Yeah.
And so you're further away, so you can really just see the entire, like, the landscape behind it. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. It's like a painting that's just, it's a real life painting.
So, Steve, you talk about your ultimate music moment was you got to play you got to play drums with Stone Temple Pilots. You had that opportunity. And it's so funny. I just read this morning, didn't even know we were doing this topic. Our buddy of ours, who a great producer in radio, Little Tommy, worked on the Jeff and Jer show, and he's done other shows in San Diego. He had a heartbreaking story that he put on his thing where he was a huge Beach Boys fan, and there was an interview on their show that they scheduled, and unfortunately, because of their phone system way back in the day, they had double booked two dudes from the Beach Boys. One was Mike Love, the lead singer, and the other one was Bruce Johnson, who joined the Beach Boys later, but wasn't an original Beach Boy.
Right.
And he had to make a choice, and the choice was, who do I interview? So they went with Mike Love, and Mike invites him on stage during the interview to play guitar on one of their songs. So he goes up there and he's ready to go, and Bruce Johnston is up there and sees him and says, "Hey, aren't you the dude that blew me off for the interview?" And he's like, but we had to put Mike on. And Bruce said, "No, you're not playing." And they sent him home. And Tommy wrote this heartbreaking story about how here he is with his guitar, dejected, walking off stage, walking back to his car, and he never got to play. Like, he got all ready to go because Bruce Johnson was pissed off that they took Mike Love over him for the interview.
Bitter much?
Yeah. I read that and I was like, that is the most horrible musical experience ever. There you are. Imagine if that happened to you.
But part of me is like, that makes for a better story.
It is a great story. It is a much better story.
Like, if Eric Kretz, the drummer of Stone Temple Pilots, was just like, as I'm about to go up there, he just grabs my drumsticks and goes, "Who the F do you think you are?"
Yeah.
And you blew them off to practice with the band. You think I'm going to let you play my drums?
Yeah, right?
Get out of here.
I mean, you're right. You do like those kind of stories where it goes wrong.
I kind of think that's even more awesome, but I get that obviously at the end of the day, you like to be able to say I played guitar with the Beach Boys, but if you share that story, I don't think anyone's going to be disappointed in the story.
Yeah.
You missed the experience, but you got a better story.
It is a great story.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? I kept reading. Usually when people put a long Facebook post on, you're going, I'm done. But I was like, oh, wait, he's got me. I got to see where this goes.
Time to read it. I'm really happy for you. I'm really sad for you. I'm not sure which one this is about.
Yeah, exactly. This one, it drew me in, though. So Kevin Hart, who slowly but surely, only because of association to The Rock, I'm starting to get irritated with.
Oh, no.
You can't just hate everyone associated with The Rock.
I know, it's horrible.
No, here he goes. He's
Kevin has done nothing to me, and he's a fantastic performer in every way, but it's because of his friendship with The Rock, I'm starting to get irritated.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Kevin Hart was asked a question that he refused to answer, and it was about his package. Yeah, we have the audio. You're going to hear it at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. If I call Travis, will I actually see him or someone who works for him?
Absolutely. When you come in to my office, when you first call in, my staff will try to help you with any basic questions that you have. I can give you a call back, but they'll usually try to schedule you for a free consultation with me, the attorney, and I'll meet with you personally. We'll talk about the basics of your case, and I'll take you through a question and answer session an interview that usually lasts about 30 minutes. We'll get the basics of your financial situation. I can answer your questions, and we can talk about whether bankruptcy makes sense, your non-bankruptcy options, and how bankruptcy could affect you, what the process is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
New year, new goals. And if you're looking for easy ways to achieve your health goals, try Chicken of the Sea's wild-caught Alaskan salmon. You'll get delicious lean protein, omega-3s, and vitamin D every time you add it to your salads, sandwiches, rice bowls, and more. When you eat healthy, you can live life to the fullest. That's what wild-caught happiness is all about. Visit chickenofthesea.com for more info.
What's up? I'm Josh Gwynn, and I'm here to spread the good news that Back Issue is back with a brand new season. We're revisiting pop culture moments we still think about, and this time we're getting into our Season 3 era. If you know, then you absolutely know, and if you don't, that's what I'm here for. We're getting into our Degrassi era, our Silk Press era, our award speech era, and more. We have so many eras to get into, so pack your bags and stay ready so you don't gotta get ready. Starting February 21st, you can listen to Back Issue, a production of Pineapple Street Studios. Listen on Odyssey, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome to the CPAP Games live from the Hayes bedroom. It's another eventful night, Bruce.
It sure is, Ron. Steve has been flailing everywhere, struggling with his CPAP.
His wife, Michelle, is as tense as a fiddle string, trying to contain her rage.
Michelle's rolling Steve over.
There he goes, and the mask is off. Oh my, the snoring.
Michelle throws an elbow, now a shove.
As she's leaving for the couch, taking her place is the Hayes' 100-pound lab. Bask in that dog breath, Steve.
With all this struggle, Steve should get Inspire.
Absolutely, Bruce. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that gives you comfortable, restful sleep with the click of a remote. That's right, a button. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. There's no mask and no hose. Just sleep.
Learn more at InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com.
Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back, legally, on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. I don't know why Kevin Hart was on this show. I know it's a super popular show, Watch What Happens Live. But I always thought it was just, hey, it's a show to talk about all the Real Housewives shows and Bravo stuff, isn't it? Really?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's Cohen, Anthony Cohen. Is that his name?
Yeah, Andy Cohen.
Andy Cohen, who's by the way brilliant. Yeah. The guy is like the Vince McMahon of that Real Housewife type TV. He's created an amazing thing over Bravo.
I hope he treats his employees a little bit better.
Oh, that I don't know. I can't.
A little less touchy feely there.
But so Kevin Hart was on there.
A little less hands on. Some of his employees.
I don't know. I have no idea if Andy Cohen is more or less in that situation. But Kevin Hart was on there, asked a few questions, one of which he refused to answer.
Yeah, I guess it's like a bit that they do on. I don't have to watch the show, but I remember reading about this where it's like they'll ask a couple questions and you can refuse to answer only one of them. So you have to answer the other ones, but one you can't. You can say, I'm just not answering that.
Oh, that's a cool thing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they always throw in a question that you go, boy, oh boy, I should have waited because this one I don't want to answer.
Right, it's all strategy. Yeah. You're like, oh, do I answer this one or is there worse out there?
So here's the first question, and he had no problem, Kevin Hart, answering this question. It was about The Rock's worst movie.
Kevin Hart, what is the worst movie The Rock has starred? The Tooth Fairy. The Tooth Fairy, wow. He was quick on that one. Yes.
I like The Tooth Fairy.
I think I rest my case then. I think that if you like it, it must be his worst movie.
I mean, it's definitely not his best.
Okay, all right.
See, I thought they were going to say The Scorpion King.
Oh. See, I thought they were going to say Baywatch.
Oh.
Baywatch is a good film. Watch your mouth.
Or Skyscraper or Rampage.
Skyscraper's great. Wow. If you just stop thinking it's Die Hard, it's actually a good film.
Again, the word good and the word film, somehow you put them together and it doesn't mean the same thing for
Gosh, right?
Yeah. So there, of course, like Steve said, there is the strategy, you're going to get a question you don't want to answer, and this is the one that Kevin Hart said no to.
When asked about your performance in bed, your ex revealed that God blessed you in areas where he did not bless you in your height. Kevin Hart, how big is your
Wow.
There's no win to this answer. So in this case, I have a wife, so I'm gonna take the smart road out here, and I'm gonna choose to plead the fifth. I don't want to.
All right. Well done. Yeah, he doesn't need to say anything. I mean, already the answer was already given,
right?
Boy,
when
your
ex is saying that about your you-know-what-ski.
I mean, do you ever expect that question to be asked of you, though, like if you're in an interview? I mean, I have to say, I don't watch a lot of Watch What Happens live, and I don't know if that's ever been a question that's been asked before of anybody, but I would be like, wow, thank you. Because if I decided to exercise my, I'm not going to say anything bad about The Rock. I'll exercise my no, I'm not going to answer this question. I would be like, my head would explode if all of a sudden that kind of question rolls up. Because I just would never expect that to ever be asked.
I would answer it because the headlines would be amazing for for the next couple of weeks.
How do you answer it though?
It's massive.
Do you lie?
And then just finish.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask you: do you lie? Do you tell the truth? Do you, just say it's because massive is not the answer. He said how. I felt like he wanted an exact measurement.
No, he just said how big. I could say massive.
Yeah, massive doesn't.
Is an answer.
You're right. I think you know what. That's a good way to get out of
Bigger
it.
than a bread box.
I'm going to remember that.
It's massive.
Yeah,
and then just look at him, and then say nothing else.
What kind of look are you going to give him?
The death glare.
Oh, the death glare.
You maintain eye contact.
Yeah, you got to maintain eye contact the whole time.
Like I dare you to ask me to prove it kind of look.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you know that.
I don't know if I would do that because Andy Cohen seems like the kind of guy that you can intimidate him and he might go, you know what? Okay, buddy.
Like a game of chicken?
Oh, he'll win the game of chicken.
Game of rooster chicken.
I know that about Andy Cohen. Andy Cohen's like, you know what? No F's given. He will go toe to toe.
I know him that well, huh?
Yeah. Well, I've seen him enough to know that this guy, you know what? Confidence, whatever, he will do it. Whatever. I mean, the guy's built an empire. So, yeah. All right. I like your answer, though.
But that's the reputation that you have from your ex.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get that kind of reputation. Like, I don't know how many exes are going to come out and just be like, yeah.
Well, that was the thing with Pete Davidson, too. If you
I think you're going to say about yourself. I'm like, okay.
I was thinking about me. I've given myself great reviews.
But Pete Davidson, when him and Ariana broke up, she came out and said like he was very gifted. And he was like, that was the cruelest thing she could have ever done to me because now I'm just going to disappoint everyone in the future.
Are you?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like there'll probably be ladies out there that just want to know.
You would think.
Right.
Well, I will say this.
But then you got to deal with after the fact. They're like, yeah, actually, I've seen better.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's like got to be either like slightly below average or real small just to really disappoint all future ladies.
See, that Vicky, you're very reasonable. We just did a video, as a matter of fact, and
What kind of video?
Yeah, I mean, all of us did a video with the trophies for the weenie toss.
Whoa,
that's what I'm talking about. And Vicky made a comment saying, that weenie is about average size, and you kept saying, Stevie, I feel like this is a lot smaller than I expected.
Yeah, the trophy came in a lot smaller than I thought. It's a hot dog trophy, and it's not very big.
Well, the thing is that we have watched so many thumbnails over the years that we have forgotten that the average size for Americans is a lot smaller than we think it should be because of all the videos we've watched.
So the hot dog trophy's thumbnail size?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Listen, I'm going to go with Vicky. I think she's seen more than you in action, hasn't she?
Well, yeah, of course.
All right, so that's what I'm saying.
I don't know, dude. I've seen a lot of hot dogs in my life.
Not in person.
Okay, I don't even listen. If you want to take this crown.
Oh, yeah.
If either one of you guys want to take the crown of what I'm talking about,
barbecues, I've seen some wieners.
I'm going to defer to Vicky on this because Vicky, I mean, it's one thing to see things. It's nothing to actually be in action. And Vicky, I still think Vicky's seen more.
I don't even have any follow-up. All right, fine.
There's
no winning this one, dude.
Yeah, there's no right way to answer that.
I don't know. I don't even know how to tactfully ask my next question.
Vicky, I said,
Steve. I know many.
Here's what I know, Steve. I know you may have seen casually, in general, but I'm telling you, I think Vicky still has seen more.
No, I'm not arguing that. This isn't an argument about who's seen more wieners.
Oh,
this is an argument about the trophy and.
You think Vicky's wrong and the trophy's not average size?
I think anyone who got that trophy as a gift, let's just say.
Yeah.
Someone brought that trophy in as a gift and said, here you go. I think they'd be disappointed.
It depends on what you think. Is Vicky going from the beginning of the base?
I'm counting the base.
Oh, the whole thing. The whole thing.
That's a whole different conversation. This is like half the size of this whole thing.
Oh, I thought she was talking about.
Sarah's looking in here like, what's going on here? I'm talking about the actual hot dog.
Oh, the hot dog itself.
I thought you meant the whole trophy.
See, we've been talking the apples to oranges.
You're right. We have.
Yeah. It is bigger than a middle finger, though. So I mean,
true.
Yeah,
well,
that's about the same.
Sarah, big or average?
Well, anyway, here's
What's
the
happening?
thing.
Thumbs up or thumbs down on just the hot dog?
Last
thumbs
check.
down. Thank you, Sarah. Come in here.
Last
Let's hear what
check
you have
is
to
this,
say.
though. Last check that I remember, because I keep up on these things to try to make myself feel good. 5.5 is average for an American male.
Wait, you like constantly
Why do you
Google
keep-
the average male junk size?
Well, you know, times have changed.
Yeah,
it's like a stock price.
Exactly.
You need to keep up on what's the.
I need to know
To
where
the
I
moon,
stand,
baby.
Not
I need
to
to
the
know
moon.
where I stand. That's all. I like to know where I stand in life. But that's the point. 5.5.
Some of us keep tabs on what your financial is on net worth, and you keep tabs on what the dongage is.
But if you were to go see a video, and if they said, like, for some reason, some of those favorite sites that you like, or if Vivid just decided the 5.5 collection, and then you watch videos of people of that particular situation, you would not be impressed. You'd be going, oh my God, that's not, because we're used to basically seeing people going up there hitting like with the home run derby. That's what we're used to seeing.
I understand that. But I mean, this is okay. Sorry.
No, that itself, you're right, Vicky. I thought Vicky was talking about, and I was like, wow, she's really being generous if she thinks that's
I know,
average.
That's why I was like, how do I tactfully ask this? But I'm like, I don't feel like a woman would be like, yeah, if that trophy showed up to their sporting event.
Definitely not.
That trophy would need to come in with a lot of vigor, if you know what I mean.
My first thought is, oh, it's so cute.
Right.
Which is, I don't think any guy wants to hear that.
Guy, I don't really want to have this conversation with
and
my
not
daughter.
only is it kind of on the shorter side, it's very
okay, that's enough. Honey, stop touching the thing.
It's not
It's
girthy.
daughter.
It's skinny.
Yes,
It's
yes,
a skinny.
Daughter, stop showing us with demonstrations. I do not want that in my head.
I'm sorry.
God, I need brain bleach. Does anybody have any brain bleach right now?
I got some bad news for you. According to the National Library of Medicine, the average male American size is 6 inches, not 5.5.
Oh, damn it!
boy.
Well, you lost yourself a half inch there, buddy.
When did that happen?
Oh man! So what's BJ's financials on now? Because I mean, we could hit.
God,
you
I'm
with a
losing
double
everything
whammy,
here.
Right? 800,000.
I went from 15 million to 800,000 over the weekend.
It's a bad day for you.
So not only are you not as rich as you once were, but you're also now extra below average.
Yeah. Thanks.
Oh, no.
Well, you should have won that $1 billion, then it would have bumped that up for you.
I don't think anything would have bumped that up for me, Dan.
Someone said, "Hey, it's not the size of the trophy; it's how you display it."
Yeah, that's what everybody says when they're a loser.
Wow.
Just saying. I mean, you know what? Everybody says that, but, I think women do that just to keep. There's not some woman that goes, well, I can't wait for Tommy 2-inch because he can really do the motion of the ocean.
Did he do that song 8675309?
That's right, Tommy 2-inch. Great performer. Great performer. Awesome. Well, all right, well.
I do love the trophy, though.
The trophy's fantastic.
Put the
It's
trophy
pretty
down,
amazing.
daughter.
It's
I'm
pretty
tired of you
amazing.
looking at that.
Right? And you can win that at the BJ and Migs party at Pain in the Grass with our first ever weenie toss.
Yeah. Hey, how about this news? We
What's
got
up?
we got something, anything else to talk about. The guitarist of one of the biggest rock bands of all time just shared that he doesn't even own a copy of the band's most successful record, even though he's the guitarist on. You're going to hear from him at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me, did you just say Wendy's French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. You know Slash Steve, right? You know that guy?
Never heard of him.
Okay. Slash apparently not a
superhero.
You know what?
Slash man.
I mean, you have Flash and Slash. What a great team that would
whoa.
be. Yeah. Flash and Slash. It really sounds like it. Well, we know one guy, he runs real fast, while the other guy just cuts people up.
No, the other guy, you try and chase me, he just slashes your tires.
All right, I like that. Slash is not a fan of collecting memorabilia from the bands he's been in. So he probably doesn't have any Funko. He doesn't have those cool Funko Pops that you have of him.
He's doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Because I'd have all of them. I'd have them all around my house. So just random Slash Funko Pops everywhere. Open up the cabinets. There he is.
Surprise.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting. I can understand it somewhat. He doesn't have like the original pressing of GNR's debut record, Appetite for Destruction. Doesn't have that, even though he's like in that band.
Yeah, because the artwork was a little bit different. It was considered a little too graphic, so some people would think that. Well, you'd think he would have it, but nope.
Yeah, he said if you were to come to my house, you'd be hard pressed to know that I was in a band.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, I say I would it would be over, and it would be if I was not married to my wife. Like if you came into my home, like there would be like the most ridiculous. Because I think it's funny. Like I wouldn't be doing it like to serve my own ego, but I would just be doing it because I think it's entertaining. My wife will keep me grounded and be like, "That's just stupid. No, we're not going to have a giant blown up piece of artwork of that time that you were on the cover of a magazine." But I'm like, that's hilarious. If you walk into someone's home and it's just a giant cover.
That's what you expect.
It'd be amazing.
Right.
I mean, because I have to say, in my house, I just have the one award that I won, and it's on the fireplace, but it's clear glass, so you really don't even notice it a whole lot unless you go right up to the fireplace to even read the darn thing.
I have like a big picture of just going back to drumming with Stone Temple Pilots. That'd be blown up, probably like a video screen that just shows that on a constant loop.
Hell yeah.
That would be awesome.
It'd be like the most stupid home ever.
It's all the videos on mute unless somebody walks by, motion sensors goes off, and then it starts playing.
Just triggers it.
Yeah.
And if I was like Slash, like lived at the toilet, all of a sudden like Sweet Child of Mine, the guitar riff just starts playing. Like just stupid things like that.
That would be awesome if I could go to the bathroom in Slash's house and that happened.
You just lift the toilet.
That would be so great.
Oh.
Yeah, Slash goes, look, if you come to my house, there are instruments around, but I don't have any souvenirs or anything special from the releases over the years. So, yeah.
No Grammys hanging out on you?
Well, and we know was from Pearl Jam.
Stone Gossard.
Stone's like, I think I have it as a doorstop somewhere in my basement, his Grammy. I mean, I get it. You're just you. I guess it's a really grounded way to be. It's impressive.
It's the right way to be, but it's not the fun way to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
I have a cardboard cutout of myself, but with the face cut out, so that way you can put your face in it and I'll take pictures for you when you come over.
That'd be awesome. Well, and Slash said, look, you have to understand, back in 87, I wasn't even living anywhere. I wouldn't have had anywhere to put anything.
Oh, so like all the early memorabilia stuff would just be difficult to find.
That is true. Reading Dave Grohl's book, it's The Storyteller, when Nirvana hit big, they were still kind of like living the lifestyle they were living before they hit big.
Yeah, they're broken on tour.
Yeah, so he's kind of like, so I get it. It's like, where would I, it's almost like, are we really big? I don't feel it yet. I'm still sleeping on somebody's bed somewhere.
But then I would you go to like Mopop or any of those like museums of like rock star stuff, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. If I walked in, I saw I remember going to Mopop and seeing Dave Grohl's drums. And if I'm Dave Grohl, I'd be like, man, I wondered where those went. I would just walk up and just take them. Like, who's stopping me? These are my drum.
That would be cool, though, if you really walk into a museum and it's your stuff.
And you didn't even realize that it was there.
That's even cooler. That would even be cooler. Like, I feel like if you're William Shatner and you walk in and you go, I used to sit in that chair.
Oh, and I bring my friends and be like, oh, look, just so happens.
Yeah. Hey, look at my chair.
Like my buddy Matt Farmer, he always gives me a hard time because one time he's like, let's get lunch. I'm like, yeah. He's like, where you want to go? I'm like, there's a good pizza place over in Puyallup called Wicked Pie Pizza. And we go there, and he's looking through the menu and goes, did you bring me here because there's a pizza named after you? And I'm like, man.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's obviously if you're like a big star, if you're a big star, you could do that. It's obvious. Like William Shatner could go in and do that. But now I'm going to say a name to you that of a guy that could walk into Mopop and do this, where he can go, I actually held that, and you wouldn't know who the hell he is. You might know Steve because you know him, but I could say the name to all these guys here. Billy Mooney. You know Billy Mooney, Steve, because of I think you do.
Billy Mooney?
Mooney from the Barnes and Barnes. I think you might know him better from that. Fish heads, roly poly fish. I thought you might know that. You don't.
I have no idea what language you're speaking right now.
Okay, I thought you might know musically Billy Mooney. Billy Mooney played the original Will Robinson on Lost in Space.
Yeah, no idea.
And there's a laser pistol in there that I know of because I've gone in Mopop, and to me that was the coolest thing. Yeah, of all the things that Paul Allen collected, I'm like, this is really, because who knows Lost in Space from the '60s? But Paul was my age pretty much,
right?
And Bill Mooney could walk in and go, oh yeah, I held that. That's kind of cool. That was because it was an original from the set.
I think I say like Jason Voorhees or something like that, like one of the original, like Kane Hodder.
Yeah, those guys could too. Yeah,
they have some of their props and things along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, that's where you could walk in and sort of impress somebody, and where people aren't going to know who the dude is, and it's like, I held that. That was mine.
That's just take it back.
Well, that might be tough with security and stuff. So
that's unfortunate.
Have you guys seen Slash on the Capital One credit card commercial? I have not. I've heard it's pretty funny.
He's in a commercial? That sellout?
Well,
I'm kidding.
It's about time. I think I failed at some point.
Been a couple decades.
He's finally held out, and they finally
times are tough for him.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, it basically is, Capital One, the credit card, and also they have pretty good cafes too. I guess you can walk in their banks and just eat. You don't even have to open an account.
Since when?
Oh, you didn't know this? Capital One.
I have a Capital One credit card, but I'm not part of their bank.
Oh, dude, you can walk. They have one in Bellevue. They have a cafe in Bellevue.
Ooh,
yeah. Apparently,
it's pretty good. My card and they give me something.
No,
nice.
You can just even I can walk in. I got no capital anything, but I got money. Let me sit down and have a scone.
I was wondering though if I flash my card if I get something extra nice.
Oh, maybe I hadn't thought about that.
Like a foot rub and a
foot rub
martini.
A foot rub and a martini at the Capital One Cafe. You know what? If they give you that, I'm joining Capital One. I didn't know that could be a thing.
I'm just picturing you coming in with like a smoking jacket and one of those old cigar pipes.
I wouldn't come in with it. They provide the smoking jacket.
You better provide that.
Hello, I'm Stevie Hefner. Here's my pipe, and I'm getting a lovely foot rub at the Capital One Cafe.
Yeah.
Where are the bitches? I got my card in my hand.
Okay. Wow. Apparently, it's easy too, Steve. According to this commercial, it's very easy to switch to Capital One, and you can check out the commercial on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com.
Banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than this.
Stop. You're in.
Oh, cool.
He's auditioning to be in like a garage band. And everyone else that's going there for the audition just got their hands in their heads,
it's over.
How are we going to beat this guy?
Dude walks in with a hat like that. You're like, oh, you think you're Oh, wait, you are.
Yeah. All right, you're in. You're in the band. That's an easy decision. Just as easy to get a Capital One card or perhaps a foot rub and a martini.
Well, we each have our priorities.
Imagine if any company you could just walk in, flash a card, and immediately that happens.
Why not?
I mean, why not? I'm not saying you shouldn't have it happen. That's a very odd thing to have happen. Like your dream is, you know what? The cool thing about being a Capital One customer isn't the fact that they might be a great bank. It's I went in for the foot rub and the martini.
Well, it's better than just getting a scone. You're all impressed by a scone. Like, oh, big deal. He gave me a pastry.
Well, I was impressed by the fact the bank has got a cafe. It's like I would never have thought like you could go in and get some food at a bank, and that's kind of what the cafes are about. Come on in and have it.
I'm going to show up there today, and I'm going to be like, "Where's my damn scone?
I deserve a scone, damn it!
I'm going to pull out some scissors. I'm going to cut the card off right there in front of them.
I'm out.
Do we on the east side have something cool that you guys don't have? I just assume these cafes were everywhere.
To be honest with you, I don't remember the last time I walked into a bank.
That's true.
Yeah,
it's been at least 4 or 5 years for me.
Maybe that's why they're doing it.
Yeah, and there's a Capital One cafe in the in South Lake Union, which kind of makes sense.
That's kind of like the city, though. Steve's not a city boy.
Yeah, that's about the only one you got around.
Steve, if it's not the Puyallup Fair, Steve's not going.
Dude, we're like weeks away from that starting up, baby.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a card to flash so that maybe the pigs can give you a foot rub and a martini?
Yeah, a credit card. Right? Everybody's got a price, BJ.
Okay, there we
go. Including the pigs.
Okay.
City folks just don't.
No, I do not get a pig rub. I don't understand. Pig rub. Boy, don't look that up.
Oh, my gosh.
Don't look that up on your dictionary. That's a whole different thing.
It could be like a dry rub for like a pork-based product on the Traeger.
That doesn't sound appealing.
I don't want to Google this, but here we are.
I don't want a pig rub and a dry rub. I don't want those combined.
What? It is.
Is it really?
The notorious PIG rub.
Oh. And that's for Traeger thing?
Yes. It's a seasoning. It's pulled pork seasoning.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I want some now.
That's what's up. The dry pig rub.
Yeah, that cafe looks pretty cool, I gotta say. Vicky just found a picture of it.
Are there smoking jackets?
No, but umbrellas.
Yeah, it's a full-blown cafe, which I think is interesting that they've decided, because people don't go to banks, like you said, that, okay, well, first of all, if they can make money, I wonder if that's kind of like the Nordstrom model, where Nordstrom's got some pretty good eateries within their store and around their store, and you're like, but Nordstrom, you're a clothing store. Why are you? But they really invested a lot, and turns out, hey, if you get customers around, enjoying one thing, they might actually go buy a coat.
Interesting. You borrow their umbrella, but if you bring it back, that's when you get a pastry. So it's a good way to get your umbrellas back.
Oh, you get a free pastry for bringing their umbrella back?
Yeah.
What if you just take an umbrella, walk in, and then you walk?
There are no rules in this lawless world we live in, BJ and Bev.
Man, I am going to get me some pastries.
I've never been into one. I've always felt, Steve, here's the thing. You know me. I've never been I've never gone to the Jolly Bee because I just felt like, what if they go, get out of here, you're not legit?
Right, because that's what most businesses that are
I'm an idiot. I know.
do.
You're right. I'm a complete idiot. And it's the same thing with Capital One Cafe. I felt like I'm not a customer. I don't think I can go to this cafe, even though they say, doesn't matter, come on in, enjoy the food. It's like the Jolly Bee. I go, I don't know why, but I just feel like I need to be a member. I need to be vouched for.
But they're going to kind of probably give you like a spiel and be like, yo, turn our...
I'm not sure they do. I think they just let you come in and order food and leave.
They don't haggle you?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's a brilliant idea.
Like the gentlemen's clubs in Oregon.
Oh. Yeah. You know what?
That's their tagline, by the way.
Dear Capital One Cafe, you're wasting your time with that Samuel L. Jackson fella and Slash. You need to have this kind of marketing, just like the strip clubs in Oregon.
Yeah. It says our cafe ambassadors are there to support you, not sell you.
Aw. See, they know you. They know, like, Steve's going to be cynical. We have got to be 100% non-bothersome.
Well, it's like when you go to Costco, and sometimes you just want to grab the sample. You don't want to have to hear about, like, this potato chip. I'm like, it's a potato chip. I don't need the sales pitch on a potato chip. Just let me sample it, and if I like it, I'll buy it. I don't need to know all the nutritional ingredients of this potato chip.
I mean, that's fair. And you know what? I will say that at Costco, I've never been sold to. I never have. I've always been able to. They're yelling it out. Like,
yeah, they're still talking, and I'm like, do I stay here and listen?
He doesn't want to take. He doesn't want. It's a very awkward moment. I know what Steve's saying. It's awkward because you're like, oh wow, is it rude that I leave in the middle of you telling me? But then I do feel like,
you're pitching me on this thing of an almond. Like, I get it what an almond is, a nut. But
I am supposed to be sort of like, why is this a good almond? I guess because you are giving it to me for free.
So I always like, come on, I'm like, my child, I got to go.
You come up with a whole routine.
Yeah, I don't want to just.
I
want to be rude and just like walk away from them.
Yeah, because I never know what to say. It's like. So I stay. I listen to the whole pitch.
What you got to do is you got to get Joe and put him on your back, and then you can say, "My kid, he's just
unruly. I got to go take care of him."
A little different than a 2.5-year-old, but sure,
that'll work.
Why not?
Sometimes I feel really badly. Have you ever seen those employees that aren't talking to you? Like you take the thing and they're just staring ahead, and it's got niacin and riboflavin, and you're just looking at them almost like, have you been possessed? Are you really? Because they're not even looking at me. They're just going. And they've kind of like they're just talking, knowing that nobody's listening.
Blink
to them.
twice if you're okay.
Yes, it does. It feels that way. I feel really sorry for that person. Like, so is this what's happened? Nobody listens to you, so you just go blah 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 blah. Because Steve is like, I just want the food, and I don't want to hear.
But I feel rude if I walk away without at least listening to their spiel.
Me too.
It's like a timeshare, but not really.
So I go in for the quick thank you. That's as soon as even before I grab it, because I know they're making eye contact, I go, thank you very much. And then I walk away and they're like, they don't know what to say because like, they go, oh yeah, you're welcome. And then I'm already gone because the transaction's done. So they don't get a chance to start the pitch.
I guess that's better than me. It just goes by and goes yoink and keeps moving.
I do try to strategically look for people. I try to hide in the crowd that's getting it. And
you overthink this way too much, man.
I'm like Steve. It's like,
they literally don't care. They're just stuck there handing out samples,
because I don't want to buy anything. I just want to eat.
But they're not getting paid for you buying stuff. Like, if they were on commission, that would make more sense to me.
I have no idea what's going on.
Did Gladys sell you this bag of chips?
Exactly. No.
Okay,
But
they're
not making money from you.
She gets 10% on this purchase.
Some of these people, though, Danny, I look at them, I go, what will happen to them if I don't buy the bag? They look like their life depends on this transaction.
No, they're just bored.
Yeah, they're just bored.
I make up all these stories like, like Charlie, like Kevin Costco comes out and says, I noticed you let that guy go by and he didn't even talk to him.
So it's to just make zero eye contact with the person giving away the samples.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if that's how I want to be with other humans, though.
And then I'm the idiot that also just be like, if I take two, I'm like, this one's for my daughter over there.
Oh, yeah.
No one cares about your story.
Yeah. No, they don't.
But I do. I'm with you, Steve. You go. Hi.
I'm not a thief. I'm taking one per customer.
No, and you know what? It's not at that point for me. It's not even about the employees. It's about the people who are all vulturing around, and they see you take two, and you get the death glares as you're walking away.
I'd be that person
because they're just like, you're like, no, it's for my. Okay, come on,
hey, come on, Chuck. Can't we share some of those pizza bagels with everyone?
Okay, so I might be one of those people that wears a cap and a light hoodie into the Costco.
Okay. Why even do that? Just grab one off the shelves. Like just put
a great idea.
On, but I had the tag hanging from it, eat, and then take it off, put it back. I was just trying it.
Here's my strategy. They're usually between aisles, so I'll go down. I'll be at aisle 307. I will grab the sample, say thank you. Then I will go down aisle 307 to the end. I will take my hoodie off, take the cap off. I'll come up aisle 308, which is where they're on the edge of.
Dude, they've seen a million faces and they've fed them all. You don't need to do all this.
Okay, Bon Jovi.
And I will I won't say anything the second time.
You should give like a French accent.
Yeah.
Oui.
That's not a bad idea. You're right. That will play. Yeah.
So you're James Bond over here.
Because, every once in a while my wife will go, it's the middle of the summer. Why are you bringing I go, it's cold in the Costco. I got to have something to keep it in the Costco. But it's for the disguise.
Disguise.
Well, that way I can get two and not feel like they're going to go, hey, fatty, we want everyone to get
you
one of
into
these.
a room and they have like surveillance footage of you doing all of this. Like, explain this to me.
Dude, I would be mortified.
Cut of like a month's worth.
Like, what are you shoplifting, sir?
Right. Yeah. Sir, did you really need 5 chocolate-covered cherries?
Yeah. That would be mortifying if loss prevention did show me the video of that. I'd be like, I got. What do you want me to say?
Next thing you know, you're signing up for Sam's Club.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, sorry, Costco. I've embarrassed myself.
Yeah. On Friday, Steve did get this one right, buddy.
Which country was the original Taj Mahal found?
Egypt.
No.
Oh.
There goes the smart.
There goes the smart.
Oh.
Europe. No.
Oh.
Russia.
No.
What was
India?
Yep.
Hey.
You want a shot at being Steve? Okay, you got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 8:47 on the Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I figure out who my creditors are?
People a lot of times have had a long time of not having good credit and having collections, and so they're concerned that you may be concerned that you won't be able to find all your creditors if you file bankruptcy. How will I know which collection agency has my credit card bill from 10 years ago now? And that's something that's hard to keep track of because credit collection agencies transfer your debts all over the place. But we will pull all your credit bureaus, and by getting all 3 of your credit bureaus, we'll be able to tell who has your credit and debt now, which collection agencies have had it in the past, and we'll make sure that we file all your creditors when we file your bankruptcy so that nothing slips through the cracks.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to the CPAP Games live from the Hayes bedroom. It's another eventful night, Bruce.
It sure is, Ron. Steve has been struggling with his CPAP.
His wife, Michelle, is trying to contain her rage.
Michelle throws an elbow.
She's leaving for the couch.
Steve should get Inspire.
Absolutely, Bruce. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that gives you comfortable, restful sleep with the click of a remote. There's no mask and no hose. Just sleep.
Learn more at InspireSleep.com.
Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Hey, Washington. Delta Dental and our Cora Foundation are on a mission to improve oral health for everyone. We're expanding access to care for underserved communities by supporting tribal and community dental clinics. From 2017 through 2021, we've invested more than $10 million in grants to support oral health initiatives and programs. It's just another way we help power Washington Smiles. Learn more at CavityFreeWA.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's back. Labor Day weekend. White River Amphitheater. 3 big days.
We're going to see Incubus. We're going to see Alice in Chains. We're going to see George Thorogood and the Destroyers.
Pain.
Wait. We couldn't celebrate our 50th anniversary on The Rock, so we're celebrating our 51st, and we're just kind of basically cover all the eras of rock music in 3 days, BJ. It's going to be a blast.
Pain.
Plus, join us for our BJ and Migs party. That's the part I'm most excited about. We get to hang out with the Rockaholics. You get a free drink. You get free food. You get a T-shirt, and that T-shirt is going to commemorate our first ever weenie toss, BJ.
Pain.
It's a hot dog that looks stoned.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you really can't ask for a better T-shirt.
But you can ask for more. How about this? Live Nation giving you a great deal where you get 4 tickets for $80.
That is a great deal.
Yeah, and like Steve said, limited tickets available for the BJ and Migs party with the first ever BJ and Migs weenie toss. I know what you want. You want all info. Pain. You got it. KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Migs. It's time to play the game. Yeah. Everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
It is time for Beat Migs, and it's time to pump it up for Monday. Nice. Yeah, get the harder version there.
Mariners need it. They got to get pumped up for the series against the Yankees.
This is a big one. This is really a big one.
Massive.
I'm looking forward to, and hopefully our new dude, Luis Castillo, I think is ready to pitch. Is it tomorrow or Wednesday? I think is ready to respond. The rotation's going to come up. Big series. I mean, this poor Mariners, man. They have got a stretch of just everybody they got to play. But
do that, then it's not that bad for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's the good news.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, I mean, because they just went through the buzzsaw.
They're done with Houston.
Astros. Oh, they're done.
They're done with Houston. Wow. That's the good news.
Unless they see each other in the playoffs for some reason.
And that's why I'm very confident that they'll get into the playoffs, and I'm happy they made that deal for the pitcher, even though we gave up a lot of talent. But
so you're saying there's a chance?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Playoffs are bust, baby.
There we go.
We got Luis Castillo. He's making his debut Wednesday, BJ.
Yeah.
And he's got an amazing mullet.
Yeah.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Very excited.
Oh, dude, that's badass.
Like the dreaded mullet.
If somebody can fix Robbie Ray, if he can get fixed so that he can figure out how to be a Cy Young, a pitcher again, that is a hell of a combo going into the playoffs.
Yeah, maybe that mullet will fix him.
Maybe so.
Everyone needs a mullet on the Mariners.
We got to figure it out, man.
The Mariner mullet.
The Mariner mullet?
Yes.
There. I'm growing one right now.
Dude, they do that. Teams will do stuff like that with their hair, and it's a bonding thing. So let's get it going. Mariner mullet.
They could do like the baseball hat with the fake mullet for a giveaway.
Yes! I'd buy one of those.
Remember the Haniger hat with the mop?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I just remembered the crocheted beard. Because I still have one of those, the beanie with the beard.
Who had that? Was that? I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Haniger with the beard.
I don't know. I just remember if I could get the beard and the mullet, the whole thing crocheted, that'd be fantastic.
I can't remember who did that one, but that was pretty funny. But I got to get my hands on one of those, the Mariner Retro Jersey Night. Their day that they're doing.
Oh, yeah,
that's
really.
Yeah.
Is it, which retro? Is it like the old school
retro? I'm a
retro?
little worried about it. I think it's the Trident one.
Yeah, it is the Trident one.
I'm a little worried about that.
Oh, isn't that like cursed or something?
It's game one of that doubleheader against the Angels that's happening, I think it's this Saturday. No, is it this Saturday?
I think you're right. Yeah.
Look at that. You got your Saturday plans already done.
I think that's from the 70s or 80s, that version?
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
But I want it.
All right,
then.
Good. Well, let's get to our contestant today. We got Chris in McKenna to take you on. Chris, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here. Go. Go buy your Mariners tickets.
Right?
For those playing at home, Chris will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Chris, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Kathleen Turner was the voice of which character in the late 80s movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Jessica Rabbit.
Yes. Which car company was named for the founder of Detroit?
Ford.
No.
Cadillac.
Yes. Boris Karloff is known for playing the Universal Monster in which film?
Dracula?
No.
Universal Monster. Pass.
Which food manufacturer produces and sells Cheese Whiz?
Kraft?
Yes. What Hollywood movie star plays himself in Zombieland?
Bill Murray.
Yes.
Right.
In the financial world, the abbreviation ROI stands for return on what?
Income?
No.
Invoice?
No.
Return on investment?
Yes.
There we go.
Tom Cruise lip syncs Bob Seger in his underwear in what movie?
Risky Business.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct.
You're going to be bummed, Chris, because I know you know the Universal Monsters. You just probably forgot that term.
Yeah.
You're going to be bummed when you figure
it's
it out.
kind of an old school term, but we'll have to see how Steve does with that one. And he's always ready. Did you buy your Mariners tickets while you were away?
No, I didn't.
Oh, all right, fine. You can do it at some point in time.
I know, right?
Are you ready?
Ah, yes.
Kathleen Turner was the voice of which character in the late 80s movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
I'm going to get Jessica Rabbit?
Yes.
All right.
What car company was named for the founder of Detroit?
Eminem.
No.
Oh. Ford?
No.
Cadillac.
Yes. Boris Karloff is known for playing the Universal Monster in which film?
Frankenstein?
Yes.
Nice.
Which food manufacturer produces and sells Cheese Whiz?
Kraft.
Yes. What Hollywood movie star plays himself in Zombieland?
Woody Harrelson.
No.
Bill Murray.
Yes.
Nice.
In the financial world, the abbreviation ROI stands for return on what?
Investment.
Yes. Tom Cruise lip syncs Bob Seger in his underwear in what movie?
Risky Business.
Yes. How many suspects are there in a game of Clue?
7.
No.
6.
Yes. Copenhagen is the capital of which
Denmark.
European... Whoa, yes. What is the largest cultivated crop in the United States?
Corn.
Yes. And Steve, you get a perfect 10.
Wow.
And you win.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris. It's hard to beat perfection.
Yeah.
I hate you, Steve.
I love you too.
Wow. Yeah. Got that Monday feeling right there. Right? Definitely pumped up for the rest of the week.
Did it for the Mariners, bitch.
And they
Is that what you did it for there, Jesse Pinkman? You did it for them? Okay.
I did.
Well, congratulations.
A little fired up for this week, this
yeah.
series, man.
Well, that perfect 10, maybe that will inspire the Mariners. So good job there.
Something's got to.
Yeah, the trouble is we don't have Julio, so that is...
No, for 10 games.
That's the problem. So don't forget that, which is going to makes me wonder, Steve, there are a couple of players on the market that I think they can get for not giving up a whole lot, and that I think they should take a shot on. And one of them is Nathan Eovaldi, who's a pitcher for the Red Sox, that when going into the playoffs, the guy's a beast.
Do we need another pitcher? I think we need some hitting. BJ.
Oh, I think we need another pitcher.
I think we need hitting way more than pitching.
You'll like my second choice.
Okay.
And my
Ohtani.
second choice is, I don't know if you can get Ohtani. I don't think they're going to give him.
Come on, give him to us.
JD Martinez, who I think is a decent hitter, who I think that people may not want to give up a lot for. And, these are two dudes that, because he's getting older, so I don't think people are going to want to give up a lot. I think those two dudes, if they get on the Mariners, I think they don't have to sacrifice a lot. I really don't. I know what I'm talking about, but I like both those guys, and they have playoff experience. They both won World Series, and Eovaldi if people don't understand, you will need another pitcher, because I'm worried about Robbie Ray. I'm so worried about Robbie Ray.
Yeah, that would be nice. But I mean, I think as Mariner fans, and we keep seeing them leaving guys on base all the time, you'd like to have a couple more bats.
I did say one thing to one friend of mine.
The pitching's great, man. That 11-1 loss that they had, I wouldn't blame
pitching is fantastic. I will say this, Steve. When you get to the playoffs, you're facing amazing pitching, and you're not able to, like some of these teams that are like feasting, like Aaron Judge is hitting skillions of home runs, but he's facing mediocre pitching a lot. He's not facing playoff caliber pitching. A lot of times those teams get shocked like hell when they get in the playoffs and they realize, oh wow, we're not hitting like we used to, because the Mariners already know how to figure that. Like, they know what it's like to not be able to hit, and I think they're going to be able to figure it out by the end of the season how to win that way.
We've been prepping all season on how without hitting.
I agree that I feel like that they might be able to, that might give them a weird kind of advantage to because some teams don't know what that's like until they get into the playoffs and they don't know how to make the adjustment. Mariners have a couple months to figure out how can we win games without hitting. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed I'm right about that. But there you go. Those are my two guys I like to see them get.
All right.
It is time for Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What do you want to talk about? We got your calls. We got your texts. We'll take those at 917 on the Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on the Rock. 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Just remember, when you get through, follow the rule that Steve lays out for you.
It's a simple rule, BJ. It's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we'll have to take that gong and then say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
And BJ, we're going to start things off with a very good friend of ours and a very special guest, because we're back at it. We're trying to put as many shoes on kids in need as possible with our Kicks for Kids program. It starts up again today. So please welcome to the show from Mary's Place, it's Marty Hartman.
Yay! Hello, good morning.
Marty.
Hey, Marty, how are you?
We are doing well, thanks to all of you, because today's an exciting day.
It is a very, very big day. You know, a couple times a year, we'll get on here and we'll say, hey, look, we want to do something cool for kids. And this is one of those couple of times as we're doing Kicks for Kids. Marty, it's a great name, but what in the devil are we doing?
You are providing the coolest shoes for the season for kids at Mary's Place that are experiencing homelessness. And as they head back to school, they are really looking for that dignity and confidence that every other child has. And I don't know, can you imagine standing outside your apartment building as this eviction moratorium is lifted and you have all your belongings, you're standing there in flip-flops, you can't carry everything, and then school starts up and that's all you've got. And your listeners are providing the coolest kicks possible for those kids that are coming into shelter.
And so, their sneakers or shoes of their choice, which we've done it last year. I think we were able to get everybody at the shelter a pair of shoes, which was awesome. And we're hoping we could do the same thing again this time around. There's over 200 kids in shelter right now at Mary's Place. So the more people could donate, even if you don't have enough to donate for a brand new shoe, every dollar helps, because as that adds up, more and more kids are getting taken care of.
Yeah, because, to buy a pair of, sneakers for a child is like about $50. And if you want to get a pair of sneakers for a teenager, it's about $100 right now. And that's just the cost of things. And Mary, you brought up a really good point. Self-esteem is so important. We all forget, you take yourself back to the idea that you're in school and you just want to fit in. You want to feel good about yourself. And being a child that does not have a home, nothing you can do anything about, but because whatever your circumstances are with your parents or whatever, you don't have what a majority of kids in school have, and that is a home, and that's you don't feel good about it. So to have these kind of sneakers and shoes, at least you can go to school feeling like, I feel like, I fit in. I feel like at least, okay, I'm okay in this regard.
That's so true, right? And if you look good, then you can feel good, right? It's your outsides, and then your insides can begin to heal, and you can focus on that classroom and the learning and the education you need to move forward. And so that's what you're all about, making big dreams possible for kids with the coolest kicks around.
Well, Marty, I know last year we got to witness it firsthand myself. Danny V was there, Joe, and Sarah, I think. Vicky, I don't know if you made it. A few of us went down there and were handing out the gift cards for some of these kids so they could get brand new shoes. And the look on their face when they're like, oh, I could go to a Nike store and get myself a brand new sneakers. It was pretty special, man. And I'm looking forward to seeing what we could do this time around. I think we have a goal of 20,000, and last year I think we exceeded that. So let's see if the Rockaholics can make that happen this time around.
That would be cool. You know what, Mary, with $20,000, I bet that would do a lot for you guys, putting a smile on those kids' faces.
That would be an amazing gift for every child in shelter to sit down, pick out their own shoes, and imagine even getting the right size and the right color and the brand that you like. So that is the gift. That is the joy. That is the hope to start these kids out literally on the right foot, right? So thank you for making it possible. We are going to do this. We are better together.
And we didn't even have to tackle Danny last year because he tried to walk off with a Nike gift card.
I know. That was like, Danny,
Wow.
not for you, Danny.
I did not do that.
Not for you, Danny.
For all the kids.
Jay, really, he tried to skateboard away, but luckily you were quick.
That was quick. And Marty helped me. She tackled him, and we were able to get that card back from him.
I was right behind him, but you guys got there first. You're amazing.
We had, it was a team. It took a village to stop Danny from stealing from the kids in need. And we're not going to let that happen again this year, are we, Danny? No. Okay, good.
Well,
feel free to tackle me as much as you want.
And of course, this is Marty Hartman. Marty, we want to thank from Mary's Place. We want to thank you because we get to do what we do, but you guys really go through all of the great effort to make sure that the money gets into a situation where these kids get those smiles on their faces. You guys at Mary's Place do amazing work for kids, for folks that don't have a home to go to. It is
provide a safe place for people to be when they're in need, which is that was the part that when we left last year walking away, I was like, it's so powerful just to see that the group of great people at Mary's Place and what they do for everybody that's in need.
We do have an amazing team, and we can't do it, though, without our community. Like you said, it's a village. It takes a village to do this, and we are grateful for our village right here in our hometown. We can do this. We can make sure no child has to sleep outside in our hometown.
Marty, thank you so much. Again, we're going to be doing this for a bit. We're going to be asking you guys to donate, and like Steve said, every dollar counts. Marty Hartman, Mary's Place, thank you so much for joining us and for doing this. We greatly appreciate it, and we're happy to be partners with you.
Oh, we love you. Thanks for being the love of our community. We need it the best. Big kiss.
All right, this is a lot of times people go, "What can I do to solve the problems of the world?" I'm telling you, when you do something like this for a child, that's like, wow, my life is really some people have it better than me. I got some stuff going on. An act of kindness where a child, like Steve said, you put that card and they go, really? You're giving this to me? You actually care about me? You actually took some time to... It is amazing what that change can do as they grow up and then become an adult in this world. This is the way to make change, to get them with their kids and show them that, you know what, people are cool. And all you got to do, whatever, $1, that's all you need, whatever you got. Just go to KISW.com, Kicks for Kids. If you can donate, that would be awesome. And we're going to be talking about this for a bit because it's a cause near and dear to our heart. So
raise as much money as possible. And last year was pretty awesome. The Rockhawks stepped up big.
They do. They always do. So
they're okay.
Are they okay?
Minus that Danny guy.
Yeah, that Danny guy. Well, he's 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. I wanted to...
call, BJ.
Oh, yeah, hold on a second. Let's go to Chris in California. Chris, you are on the Rock.
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
Hey, what you got for us, Chris? What's up, buddy?
All right, so, oh, man, that's a hard act to follow.
But you can do it. You can do it, Chris. I got confidence in you.
All right, cool. So earlier y'all were talking about like the musical moment that you had.
Oh, right, yeah, the greatest musical moment because the dude that played Eddie on Stranger Things actually got to jam with Metallica, which he made famous in the latest season of Stranger Things. How about you? What was your great musical moment?
Well, this is going to make Danny jealous. I once, for one night, I did security for the punk band MXPX in Tacoma.
Nice.
That is pretty cool.
Danny's never heard of those guys.
I've never been to a show.
Yeah, it's never happened.
Didn't move here because of obsession.
So what did security entail? Did you actually have to be with the guys at all times?
No, it wasn't like that. Well, it was more for the club that I was at, but it was a special day that they were showing up, so...
And how were they? Because you worked in the security business, I'm sure, for a lot of things. Were they cool? Was it because sometimes some security people go, boy, those guys over there, that person over there. I hope it was positive.
Oh no, they're super chill. I think they all came from like Gig Harbor or something like that, and just drove out to Tacoma to do a show for us. And man, they were really really cool.
Hey, look at that, Danny. They were cool. So
they're awesome. Yeah.
Thing you don't know about. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Chris. Did they give you anything like a guitar? Because that's the new standard.
Give you anything?
That's the new standard.
They were probably playing somewhere super small.
Metallica's raised the bar. Now when you have to give people guitars now.
I don't think Chris played, as part of Stranger Things, and I think part of why they gave that guy a guitar is because they're fans of Stranger Things.
Yeah, but Chris, probably hummed a little bit while he was outside the security door. That's got to mean something, right?
Depends on what kind of humming. I mean, maybe
Oh, Jesus. All right, well.
What?
Wow. I feel like if he hummed a certain way, you could get something.
If he hums an MXPX song, maybe they would hook him up. But if he hummed a Green Day song, like, cool, dude, that was awesome.
He just hung up. You offended Chris.
He hummed up.
You're humming.
He hummed up.
Yeah, he hummed up. All right, well, it is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to hum about? Your calls, your texts at 934 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so sweet and crispy, some are saying they're better than Mom's breakfast.
Did you say Wendy's French toast sticks are better than mine?
No, Mom, some people are saying that, not me, even if I am thinking it. Choose Wendy's home-style French toast sticks.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
BJ, this is a text, not me just saying, BJ. So it said a couple of people that were fans of us nerds sadly had left us. Doctor Who's Wilfred Proper and also Uhura from Star Trek. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, we did. We talked about Wilfred Bernard Cribbins, who we lost last week, and we did make mention of that on our podcast. But yeah, we lost him.
And he was from Doctor Who.
Yes, he was from Doctor Who. And huge news. I mean, in my world, since I grew up with Star Trek, Nichelle Nichols, who played Lieutenant Uhura, the original, passed away yesterday at the age of 89 due to heart failure. And this was an interesting day yesterday for passings because Bill Russell also passed away, and the two of them could arguably be considered for entertainers because he was an athlete, obviously, she was an actor, did perhaps the most for the civil rights movement by just who they were, their actions, and basically because they were so good at what they did that they really changed a lot of people's minds. He was an amazing player, if not one of the best to ever see the game. And she was the first black woman to be featured in a primetime show. One of the first ever. And really, she was portrayed as an equal. She was a commanding officer, which, usually black women in the 60s were like maids or, really, they were not considered equals when they were put on a show.
She was a badass, man. Even not being a big Star Trek fan, obviously, but, my dad was, and I remember watching, I was always a fan of her.
And many years ago, she shared in an interview a great story about how after the first season, she was a special guest at a fundraiser and had a notable encounter with a fan.
When the organizer came over and said, Miss Nichols, there's someone here. He is your biggest fan, and he's desperate to meet you. I said, certainly. And I stand up looking for a young man who's a Star Trek fan. And instead of fan, there's this face the world knows. And I remember thinking, whoever that fan is going to have to wait because Dr. Martin Luther King, my leader, is walking toward me, not 10 feet away, with a beautiful smile on his face. Yes, Miss Nichols, I am your greatest fan.
That's crazy.
And they had a really powerful conversation because she was thinking of leaving the show. And he told her, no, you have to stay. You are the only thing people see on screen where finally we get dignity and we get treated as equals. She said, Nichelle, it's one of the most important. All the things that I'm doing, you are actually more important than me. You need to stay. And
no
she
pressure.
Yeah, not at all. But she was going to leave. She was like, I did a season. I'm done.
And I think I remember reading an interview with Whoopi Goldberg when she was a little girl watching this. She ran to her mom. Like, Mom, look, she's a black woman. She's not a maid. She's not this or that. She's a person of power. And she lost her mind and had so much love for the show that she eventually got on the show.
Well, Vicky, and let's just talk about how the dice fall. Star Trek The Next Generation was bad. And the ratings were bad, and they were going to cancel the show. But Whoopi Goldberg went to Paramount and said, hey, I'm a big Star Trek fan, all because of why. Can I join the show? And they were like, Yeah, Whoopi, you're the biggest star
crazy.
ever. We're going to have a second season because you want to be. She saved that show. And to think of what Star Trek is now, I don't think it would have been anything if Whoopi doesn't go to Paramount and go, I'd like to be on season 2. The other thing is that Nichelle did a lot for the space program. She was a huge believer in NASA and drummed up a lot of interest because of and a lot of people, especially women, got into rocket science because Nichelle was such a great inspiration for them. And always carried herself just with grace and dignity. She was one of the best cast members. Nobody I ever heard had a bad interaction with her at conventions or interviews. She just was always graceful, which, you know, when you think of what, you know, she had to go through in the 60s, because it wasn't easy. A lot of people were jerks. And, you know, so she passed away at 89.
It's got to feel good for the family. Obviously, you'd rather have your family members still around, but to know, like, it's been overwhelmingly a love fest for her on social media over the weekend and on news outlets. NASA put up a post about her. Obviously, Star Trek. Like, it's nice to know that this person in your family had that profound of an impact on everything that she was around.
And she was unaware of it at the beginning, to the point that Martin Luther King had to go, no, you need to, no. You are really important. Stay where you are. Stay on that show, please.
And he got 10% of her salary after that, which is kind of
Oh, did he? Oh, I didn't realize that was the thing. Wow. All right.
We have more serious things to talk about, guys.
Okay, so it is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show.
So it said, did Danny come out of Newfound Glory without injury?
Ooh, that's a good.
Because the last 2 times you went to Newfound Glory, you got hurt.
You know what? I thought about coming in with like a leg boot today to freak you guys all out.
I would have been so happy. It's a bad way to say it. But I would have thought that was the funniest thing ever.
I am shocked that Danny is not hurt, but he has merch. I didn't think he'd go to the merch table, but he did.
Yeah. Oh, he's wearing the shirt from the concert he went to. There's a shocker.
I know.
Yeah. I thought you were protesting. I thought you were finally like, I'm not going to buy a shirt.
No, I'm buying the shirt all day
Okay,
long.
there we go.
And a poster, too. No, I did not injure myself. I was actually really surprised by myself, especially because all of you bet against me, and pretty much everyone at the bar bet against me before we went into the
I had no
show.
faith in you.
Yeah, no one did. It was fantastic.
Did you stay sober for this? Is that why?
No, I was not sober at all.
I have to say, how much older is Joey than you, or is it the other way around?
No, I'm older than Joe.
Dude, Joey looks beat today.
Yeah.
He looks wrecked. So I don't know what happened that you look fine. You don't look like you did anything crazy.
Because on Friday I was leaving, I was BSing with Joe, and Joe was just like, yep, going to hang out with Danny. And Danny doesn't matter how much he drinks. He's never hung over the next day. I can't keep up with that.
No, I don't get hungover.
Yeah, I think Joey Dees has got to start thinking, as he's in his 30s now and he's getting close to being in his mid-30s, he's got to make the adjustment. Danny, you've just got that eternal youth.
You know what it is? It's the Axe body spray that he sprays in his mouth.
That's what did it. It absorbs all that alcohol.
It kills all hangovers.
That's what it
Joe,
is.
you should try it.
Well, to be fair, I mean, to give Joe credit, we did do 2 full days of drinking this weekend, Friday and Saturday. So it was just kind of go mode all weekend.
But you did it. You did it too.
Oh, I know.
Hair of the dog, baby.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
I look at Joey Dees right now, and he's looking dead.
I'm actually shocked he didn't call in sick.
I am too. I mean, usually you always know that Joey has the Scotch flu every Monday when he calls in
he's got
sick.
stomach issues. That's usually what
I think you know what, son, you've got too much of my blood in you, which is lightweight. I mean, you've done the family well. You represent the family well, but I think Danny's showing you that you just can't hang.
He'll be gone for a week from Vegas, and I'll be like, I'm not feeling it. I'm like, Joe, you can just, you know who you work with. Like, if you just said, look, I'm just too hungover to come in, I'd be like, totally cool, man. See you on Tuesday.
That's what it is, man.
You don't have to get all creative with your sickness.
He takes after me, you know me.
That's true. You put up the fake voice.
Steve, I can't even get up to call you. I'm calling you from the...
It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
So it's a Migs. I think I saw you on one of those carriage bikes on Point Ruston over yesterday. Your kid's adorable. Yep, that was us.
You did the carriage bike thing?
Nice.
Well, dude, it was a moment of desperation. So we went to Point Ruston just to go walk around. We're like, what better way to spend 90-degree weather than be outside?
Yeah, good for
with
you,
all
dude.
the other crowds, maybe.
That's insane.
We're there by the water. The temperature will be a little bit down. We weren't going to stay very long, maybe like an hour, and just kind of like, the farmer's market there as well. Get some flowers for the wife ski. It'll be a good time.
Oh, look at you. Now, is the wife with you? Or are you going to bring her back home? Oh, okay. Oh, so you can, little surprise. Here you go, sweet.
Oh, no, she's saying we're getting the flowers for the
I see.
She refers to herself as the wife.
So you're really going, yes, honey, you can get flowers for yourself. I will authorize it, even though you have as much financial control as I do in this relationship.
Of course, moments before getting there, Tatum falls asleep because that's exactly what happened. So I wake her up. Now she's in a miserable mood.
That can't. Yeah, that's.
And we're trying everything. No, crying. We're like, we bring her to the little playground area on the swings and stuff. But she's wearing a hat, and she hits something, and it pokes the hat into her head, and she goes down. And now she's
no!
Meltdown sleep. So we're like, let's just try the carriage thing. What are they called? The Surreys or something like that.
Yeah.
So we rent one of those. Ain't cheap, I tell you.
Oh, dude.
More than a foam finger?
$30 for an hour.
Yeah.
Damn!
That's the thing.
That's actually more expensive than what the West Seattle ones.
Yeah, that's just for the 1 row. Like if you want the 2-rower.
Oh, how much is the 2-row?
I was like, 1 row's good.
Point Rustin's not messing around. They're like, you know what? You come down here, you're going to pay,
fancy.
Yeah, so then we get on it. But dude, it was so much fun. Like she had a blast. And honestly, I was like, I always see people on those. I'm like, whatever. Now I get it. Those things are fun. What is extra fun though is my wife is a massive control freak when it comes to like just like especially in like those kind of situations.
Interesting.
So I'm driving it because she's holding Tatum at first. Then Tatum was like, okay, I'll sit in the little front carriage thing or the little bench thing, and she was having a blast. But she has no ability to control the steering or the brakes.
Oh, that's tough.
And you know, sometimes we're going down the hill. I'm like, this is fun. Let's yell. Like, and she's like, brake. And then she's because they give you 2 steering wheels, but the one on the passenger side doesn't work. I think it's just there for fun.
That's even better.
So she's like just doing this with her hands, and I'm like,
awesome.
I was like, this is a good moment for you to learn how to lose control every once in a while.
Doesn't she understand you are Steve Action Park Migs?
No, we weren't even going that fast.
And then that's how Steve ends up in the water.
I love how you say. I love how you say you weren't going that fast.
We weren't.
You were going New York fast, I'm sure.
At one point, one old lady's like, you guys could go faster.
Oh. Okay,
well, I mean, that's hard to argue with that.
That was like, okay, I see that as a challenge. I think she was doing it to be funny because she saw Tatum in the front smiling. So she's like, go faster for your kid. And I'm like, all right, let me plow you over while I do it.
Nice.
Which would have been hilarious.
That, I think, what it should have been done. That way the lady learns, you know, keep your trap shut when I'm driving.
Highly recommend. Way overpriced, but highly recommend. We were sweating, bro.
Well, yeah, you were also out in 90-degree plus weather, man.
And that day I worked out my legs. I didn't think we were doing this.
Oh, dude.
Oh gosh. And we're going up. I'm like, what am I doing?
Leg day you did this?
I didn't mean to.
Whoa, that's a beating.
So I'm just struggle bus.
Double workout.
We didn't even last an hour on that thing.
Yeah.
I think we did about 40 minutes. We're like, let's just bring it back.
Did you get a refund?
Can we get the money back? Can we
prorate that thing?
Hey, give me $10 back. We didn't use it for the whole time.
I think that, you know, you could have negotiated. That's
Those things are fun, though.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know, it's funny how you look at stuff in life and go, that's lame, because usually when you're younger, you know, but then again, I see a lot of drunk people on those who are young that like to do it too.
So it's like, it's a Point Rustin, is it Rustin Way or Point Defiance? It's called Point Rustin, that little area.
Point Rustin is
on
like,
Rustin Way.
Yeah, it's like the most northern spots where they got the new theater and all the condos and all the fancy stuff in the farmer's market.
So they made it all fancy now.
BJ, have you not been there?
No, I don't think I have.
You would like it a lot.
Next time your wife's in town, you should actually go there.
Do I have to go to Tacoma?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
That's the problem. Is there a way you can beam me to Tacoma? Because going down 5 is a pain in my dingle.
Well, don't go on a Friday.
Because first of all, they closed down I-5. I mean, they closed it down. I couldn't take the exit
down all the time.
I know it's a pain. I mean, I probably have to go the 40 Fizzle and
Point Dingle. Point Dingle.
On the fizzle.
No, seriously, dude, it's
Dingle on the fizzle.
Look, there's a lot of cool stuff down there. You're right, but gosh darn it, it's like when you want to go down, it's when they close every friggin' freeway there is to go south. It sucks. But if you live near there like you, well, yeah, I can see why you want to do it.
Oh, but it's worth it, man.
You told me $30 though. I've just for what else does everything cost?
Nothing. It's free to just be there. Man.
Yeah, it can just exist.
Hey, man.
But then the fun part is then they have like this little like spray park for the kids.
Oh, nice.
But it's got like a rock wall, not rock wall, but like it's got like a bunch of rocks. And so like Tatum's having a blast. Like she's running around the water and then she's climbing these rocks and I'm like, man, we're having way too much fun up. The hammer's about to go down and she's going to fall on one of these rocks.
You know, you're not doing a good job selling this, though, because you said there's a lot of cool stuff. You bring up a rock wall. I'm not doing that. What, am I going to run my wife through a little fountain? Is that what I mean?
No,
what else is there that other people can like?
There's also just a nice walkway right alongside the water.
Do I almost going to get hit by some crazy person on a Surrey?
If you go on a busy day, yes.
Okay, see, that's the thing. Especially if his name is Steve and he sees me walking.
BJ is so out on this whole
thing. They got some good restaurants,
and so you're saying
bars, they got ice cream.
Sit in a lot of traffic, have I-5 rerouted where I'm having to go through who knows what.
Yes.
Get down there, get hit by a Surrey, and they'll go, sir, there's your rock wall and your little sprinkler.
It's
Run
not
through
really
it.
a rock wall. It's just like a hill of rocks.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, all these kids.
Hey, come down to Tacoma. Climb the hill of rocks.
All these kids are going up and down it and climbing it. And of course, Tatum, she slips, lands on her face. Now she's gotta go.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I have ankle issues. I am so ready for this trip to Point Ruston.
We don't want you down in Tacoma anyway.
Yeah, I was like, this is all going so well until that happens. There she is right there.
Oh, what are you letting her do that for?
Because she wanted to.
Oh, that is death. That's an accident waiting to happen.
All the other kids were doing it, too.
I think she's got her signature look.
Oh, dude, yeah. Once we get to the spray park, she's just like... takes off her shirt and her pants and like, let's go.
Naked time.
Dude, she is
nothing but diapers.
She is so your kid. I mean, this kid is just, she truly defines like a little drunken human. I mean, just in her underwear, just rolling.
Yeah, living the best life.
That kid is just, I love that, man.
Oh, thank goodness they had no ice cream, because then after that, you gotta,
Yeah, decompress.
All right, so the ice cream is
crying. So you want some ice cream? Got some sweet sherbet from Ice Cream Social.
All right, so they have an ice cream social down there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's a good selling point.
Yeah, so good.
That's a good place.
Yeah.
Okay.
The crazy line though, in the nice weather, but you'll be okay.
All
right, I might go during the week. The week is just as bad.
Going during the week is the best way.
Yeah, if you go during the week around like noon or so,
you're fine.
It's not that bad.
Okay, I'll have to figure this out. I mean, we have some time left in town. I just gotta, the heat's got to get down a little bit.
Oh no, this is no better time than now.
All right, well, I'm out.
What are you doing today?
Yeah,
you got nothing.
I have stuff to do.
Yeah, going to Point Ruston.
For the big rocks.
No, that's for the children, so they can fall on it.
Have you met BJ? He's pretty much a child.
Bring your walking poles.
Okay,
you're safe.
Oh, that's a good idea. All right,
you go to Frisco Freeze while you're down there. Someone said.
Well, Frisco Freeze, where's that?
It's not even.
It's in Tacoma.
It's kind of near
there.
there.
That's just. What are you doing?
It's in Tacoma.
Well, then I don't go to the ice cream social at that point.
No, you can.
I've taken away the. How many bloody? Again, the pre-diabetic go to the ice cream social. Then go to Frisco Freeze.
Frisco Freeze is for burgers, not ice cream.
Yeah, duh.
Oh, hey, because that's. But don't they have nice freezy things too? Isn't that their thing?
No, their thing is burgers, I think.
Why do they call it Frisco Freeze then?
No idea.
Yeah,
okay.
Don't
okay. Well,
you're over it. It's like a retro.
What are you overanalyzing? You call a place Dairy Queen, and you go. Who goes to Dairy Queen? You know what they really got?
They got stuff that's cold.
They probably are known for their frozen treats. That's got to be.
We got enough yelling. We got enough yelling people in Tacoma. We don't need you. You can just stay up in Mercer
Island. Hey, listen, I'm trying to stay in Mercer Island, Rev. He keeps trying to bring me down. I listen. I get it. You got your place. I got my place.
Yeah.
I just want to show. I want you to show your wife a good time.
No.
Wow. All right, then.
Definitely won't happen on Mercer.
I'll take her to the Deja Vu. I'll do that then.
Ooh. Well, you can swing by and go get some food at pole position, and so happens to be a club of the gentleman variety next door to it.
We're not even going to have time for Ruston Point, are we?
No, you start there and then work your way backwards.
All right. We have a big question that has to be answered, and it's about Ryan Castle and chicken wings. What do they have in common? Oh, you're going to find out. At 9:50 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and chicken wings have in common?
You're going to need extra paper towels.
Yeah. Every time I've been with Ryan Castle, I'm like, guys, you got to bring more paper towels. This is getting messy.
When I'm in a restaurant,
we lost
a bunch of napkins on the table. I like to go, they know me here.
One person said Steve needs a wet wipe after both. Yeah, I'm definitely more of a wet wipe than a napkin guy, personally.
I feel like you got to have at least one wet wipe when you're having stuff like chicken wings and Ryan Castle.
Oh, if they show up, if you're at a restaurant, they don't have wet wipes for their chicken wings, I'm like, I question their chicken wings.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you.
They're probably not that good.
Right.
So Applebee's, how about this? They are now selling their own line of lip glosses that are supposed to taste like chicken wings. Congratulations, everybody.
Don't miss the mouth.
It's called Saucy Gloss.
Saucy Gloss.
Yeah.
So when you make out
like a euphemism.
Right?
Yeah, it sure does. You got hot buffalo, sweet chili, honey pepper, and barbecue lip gloss. Applebee's wants you to buy. Each tube is $18, or you can buy all four for $65. And are you ready for the tagline?
Yes.
Taste my face.
All right, I'm in.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm going to go with the hot buffalo, please.
Taste my face.
Is that a pickup line that Joe used over the weekend?
Oh, yes, actually, many times.
Did it work? Oh, thumbs down now.
Ryan Castle just wants you to taste his 12-pack. That's up next.
Taste my face.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
That would be cool, though, if you really walk into a museum and it's your stuff. Like, I feel like if you're William Shatner and you walk in and you go, I used to sit in that chair.
Like my buddy Matt Farmer, he always gives me a hard time because one time he's like, let's get lunch. I'm like, yeah. He's like, where you want to go? I'm like, there's a good pizza place over in Puyallup called Wicked Pie Pizza. And we go there, and he's looking through the menu and goes, did you bring me here because there's a pizza named after you? And I'm like, man.
Yeah, there we go.
BJ and Migs mornings on The Rock 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. Can I leave things off of a bankruptcy, like my car?
You have to list all of your assets and creditors when you file bankruptcy. So you would have to tell the court and the trustee that you have the car or that you have a car loan. You could say that I want to keep my car and continue to make my payments on the car. But the court will need to know that you have a car and that you may have a payment on the car. So by leaving it off the bankruptcy, if you mean that you cannot disclose it to the court, the answer to that is no, you must disclose it. However, that does not mean that you'll lose those assets. You'll be able to keep things like a car and a house in almost all cases, but you must disclose them to the court. But you'll need to continue to make payments on a house or a car that you intend to keep.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to the CPAP Games live from the Hayes bedroom. It's another eventful night, Bruce.
It sure is, Ron. Steve has been struggling with his CPAP.
His wife, Michelle, is trying to contain her rage.
Michelle throws an elbow.
She's leaving for the couch.
Steve should get Inspire.
Absolutely, Bruce. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that gives you comfortable, restful sleep with the click of a remote. There's no mask and no hose. Just sleep.
Learn more at InspireSleep.com.
Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.